Oh, sorry I'm late, everybody. I was just getting prepared for my live stream. And this weekend, I almost forgot, it's actually Super Bowl weekend. NFL, good to go. Got the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the San Francisco 49ers in Las Vegas. Cannot wait for that. Should be a good game. But before we do crack on and speak all about the NFL, which I'm sure we'll be speaking about a fair bit here on the live stream, like we always do make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then make sure you do subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up. We are aiming for 100 likes. Made a good start. We're already a fifth of the way there, and we are now just 80 likes away. Also, don't forget as well to get your score predictions in the live chat and where you are tuning in from around the world for today's game. It is, of course, Everton taking on Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium, and I've just realised that I've got my title the wrong way around because JSGC doesn't pay any attention. There we go. We've changed the video title. Do get your score predictions. I'm going for a 3-0 victory today for Manchester City, and we will go through the teams in 1 second. Just having a look at the chat, actually. We've got McLeod in. Much appreciated. Thanks for tuning in. We've got Voshek as well. Going for a 3-1 victory today, I presume, to Manchester City. Boy Racer, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Larissa as well. Thank you for tuning in. And also Manchester City fan as well. Says welcome back to the pavilion, my friend. Love that one. A nice little cricket reference. As I said, it is Super Bowl weekend for anyone tuning in from the United States. It's an early kickoff, so I don't imagine there'll be many people tuning in from the United States unless they're staying up in the middle of the night. JSGC got his American football here. And as I said, we're going to speak a little bit about the Super Bowl later in the stream. But first, we want to speak about Manchester City. We want to speak about our game here in the Premier League against Everton. Let's not disguise our way from the fact that in around 2 hours' time, Manchester City could be top of the Premier League, which would be absolutely brilliant. So hopefully we can get that done. There is a little bit of rotation in place for City. We are going to be playing every 3 to 4 days. Maybe we're thinking about that match against FC Copenhagen on Tuesday night in the Champions League last 16 first leg clash in Denmark. So where Manchester City have chosen to rotate 3 or 4 players. We'll speak about that, and we'll also speak about an absentee from the squad as well. So before we do speak about Manchester City, we're going to speak about our opponents first, Everton. So they're lining up today. The only surprise for me is Ashley Young's been given the nod ahead of Seamus Coleman. I thought they might have gone with Seamus Coleman. Everyone else looks pretty standard as far as I'm concerned. So Jordan Pickford starts in goal. It's Ben Godfrey at right back and Vitaly Mykolenko going in at left back, and James Tarkowski and Jared Branthwaite going as Everton's 2 centre-backs. Into central midfield, you've got James Garner, Idrissa Gueye and Jack Harrison playing behind the striker Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Onana back from injury on the bench today for Everton rather than starting. Out on the right wing, you've got former Manchester United man Ashley Young and Dwight McNeil going on at the left-hand side. This could potentially go as a back 5 or a back 3 for Everton. Ashley Young and Mykolenko making up the wing backs, with Godfrey, Tarkowski and Branthwaite being 3 centre-backs, which I think might be something we see more of in this game, which means then that they may go with a standard midfield 4. Harrison going on one side, Dwight McNeil going on the other, with Idrissa Gueye and James Garner sitting in front of the defence, and Calvert-Lewin starting up top, which I think's more likely what we're going to see, with Manchester City expected to dominate the ball in this game. City expected to dominate possession and creating opportunities. Everton, they're going to put that low block, that part of the bus approach, they're going to put that into flourishing here, and they're going to see what they can make happen, see if they can keep this at a stalemate, see if they can create that one opportunity and get that one goal that they'll be looking for, and try and put City under pressure. Remember, Everton's defence pretty good, conceding at a rate of roughly 1 goal, just over 1 goal per game, which means Manchester City, if they are going to want to win this game, may need to be at their clinical best, and this might not be the prettiest of games that we're going to see. I'm hoping that City are going to really go at Everton all guns blazing, and if if ever I feel like we need an early goal, this game will be that game, just for how defensive Everton can be, and it just helps ease all the anxiety around the stadium. Everton take this lead, and this is going to be a very difficult game for Manchester City. On the bench for Everton, then you've got Virginia, the backup goalkeeper. Other options from the bench at the back in defence, you've got Michael Keane, Nathan Patterson and Seamus Coleman. Also got options as well on the bench for Mackenzie Hunt, Lewis Dobin, Beto and Yusuf Chamiti. And you've also got, returning back from injury, Amadou Onana for Everton as well. Remember, you're allowed to make 5 substitutes in this game, so we may be seeing a few of them players later in the game when Manchester City, you would think, tire out some of the Everton legs. So, Manchester City then, we're lining up today, number 31, Ederson in goal. It's John Stones starting. I expect he's going to be going in. So Sky Sports have got John Stones at right back, Nathan Ake at left back, and Akanji and Ruben Dias as City's central centre backs. That's not going to happen. What's going to happen is Kyle Walker's on the bench, Akanji's going to go on the right, Diaz through the middle, Nathan Ake on the left-hand side. Champions League winning defence there for Manchester City, I will add. John Stones will sit in front of them alongside Rodri. Very excited to see that. And Matheus Nunes given his opportunity starting in this game today to allow a little bit of rest for Kevin De Bruyne. I don't really understand TNT Sports. They've done all their preparation, exclusive interviews with Kevin De Bruyne, speaking all about Kevin De Bruyne. Everything's been about Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne does not start this game, and that is a huge call for a team that's going to sit back and not allow Manchester City to be at their creative best. Ultimately, you want your most creative player there, and Kevin De Bruyne, even if it's just for 45 minutes, I'd have started him in this game. They've chosen not to do that. It's a big risk from Pep Guardiola. Big game for Matheus Nunes. We'll see what he can do. Decent player. I'm backing him to do well in this game. Julian Alvarez is going to go just behind Erling Haaland. It could be a front two from Manchester City. Alvarez's job, of course, will be to try and bring some of the Everton defence out into play, and Erling Haaland give him a little bit of space. Rather than having 2 men around him at all time, it might be 1, or having 2 man marking him instead of 3, etc, etc. That's the approach that City are going with. Julian Alvarez has been in good form. Erling Haaland, of course, is Erling Haaland, so you want to be playing both these players if you are able to do so. And I like that Jeremy Doku starts for Manchester City on the left wing. It looks like it may be Phil Foden going on the right wing. Had it been De Bruyne starting, I'd have said we might have seen De Bruyne on the right wing and Phil Foden going into the middle. I don't see Nunes or Julian Alvarez going into onto the right wing for Manchester City today, so I think it'll be Phil Foden going on the right and wanting to continue his good form. And of course, one of the most informed players right now, and in my opinion, the first name on the team sheet for Manchester City, and I think he's the best player in the Premier League right now, Phil Foden. So, to me, City need to be making sure that we're getting Foden, Doku, Alvarez, Haaland, Nunes involved as much as possible in this game. We may see Rodri getting forward as well. I wouldn't rule out him bagging a goal here with John Stones returning to the starting 11, because he can sit in front of the defence and it'll allow Rodri to get forward, and vice versa. You might see John Stones getting forward as well. Ruben Dias, captain in Manchester City today. We do have some senior first-team players on the bench. Stefan Ortega-Moreno, of course, on the bench for City today. Kyle Walker on the bench. I presume that means Kyle Walker starts midweek against FC Copenhagen. Josko Gvardiol on the bench. I presume that he starts against FC Copenhagen in midweek on Tuesday night. You've also got Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva. So 4 first-team regulars for Manchester City on the bench. All 4 of them will start in the Champions League match against Copenhagen. City choosing to rotate their team, and this is going to be the common theme now throughout the rest of February and probably into March as well. Also on the bench, you've got Oscar Bobb, Jack Grealish, another big blow that for Jack Grealish, not getting a start here, but with how defensive Everton are going to be, I don't think this game would suit Jack Grealish unless you was to put him in midfield. We've chosen to give Nunes them minutes instead. I don't blame City for doing so, but he is definitely an option in central midfield, in particular with one big absentee, and that is Mateo Kovacic, not in the squad today. Pep Guardiola said yesterday everybody is fit, so I don't know where Kovacic is and whether in the last 24 hours he's picked up a knock, whether that be right at the end of training yesterday or whether that's been in training this morning. I'm not too sure. Kovacic not in the squad, might be ill. I don't know what's happening there. So instead, Manchester City youngster Jacob Wright on the bench for Manchester City today. could see him get some minutes for Manchester City, which would be good as well. So, as I said, do get your thoughts in the live chat, your score predictions, do let me know, that would be much appreciated. Jamie, thank you for tuning in. It says, how impressed am I with Luton? I'm sure that I expected Sheffield to have a much better season, but Luton with a game in hand, sitting outside the relegation zone. Luton Town having a brilliant season. I think, I said at the beginning of the season when I did my Premier League predictions for the table, I said Luton Town are either going to finish bottom and they're going to struggle to adapt to the Premier League because they've not got the quality, or they're going to have a really good season and they're going to stay up. And I think that Luton Town are surprising everybody. Their form at Kenilworth Road is very good. They're very difficult to beat. They're grinding, and every match to Luton Town is a cup final, and they've got the confidence. Luton Town, for me, stay in the Premier League. It means Sheffield United, as you mentioned there, in bother. Burnley, another team, in bother. Everton, who we played today, in bother. Nottingham Forest, in bother. Crystal Palace, got no run of form. They want to sack the manager. It's near enough the middle of February, and they're getting dragged into a relegation scrap. Fulham aren't out of it either. There's lots of teams out there. I don't think Luton get relegated as far as I'm concerned. Kenilworth Road's not an easy place to play. No team, to me, right now wants to face Luton Town. I don't want to face Luton Town because Luton Town are the kind of team who have got absolutely nothing to lose. They are expected to be relegated. There's no pressure. No matter what situation Luton Town are in, there's no pressure on them. And that's big in the Premier League. When there's expectation means there's pressure. When there's pressure means teams then start to struggle. Everton, for example, because of that 10-point deduction, are under pressure. They are expected to stay in the Premier League, which means they must get results. Everton to be relegated at the end of the season is a disaster for them. Massive stakes. For Luton, they're probably accepted that they're going to get relegated. They get parachute payments. It's a win-win. They're very happy for the people in charge at Luton Town. But the best case scenario is they get another season in the Premier League. And the pressures at Luton and the pressures at Everton are two very different things. And I think Luton Town, they're doing everything that they can to stay in the Premier League right now. And if they carry that on between now and May, they will stay in the Premier League. And because they've been doing it since August to now, I see no reason why I would doubt that Luton wouldn't be able to do it in the business end of the season as well. And they're enjoying the roller coaster. So best of luck to Luton, apart from when they come to the Etihad in the Premier League and when we go to Kenilworth Road in the FA Cup, hoping we'll put them to the sword. No disrespect. Dave, thanks for tuning in. Says, count how long the goal is, hold the ball and disregard the 6-second rule, then think about the blue card. The blue card not in operation, I will add, at this moment in time. It's in a trial period with other competitive games. It's not in the EFL. It's not in the Premier League. So blue cards aren't a thing in the Premier League right now. They could in the future be a thing, which is basically simulation or dissent. You will get what's known as a blue card, which would be a 10-minute sin bin. I don't understand why they don't just... It's like football want to do things different to rugby, but they want to do things very similar to rugby as well. VAR is like their TMO, of course, wanting to introduce a sin bin. Well, if a player's done something wrong and they get a yellow card, surely that warrants a 10-minute sin bin. It does in rugby, and it works very well there. If you want to go down that route, surely anything that warrants a yellow card, which means you're on the verge of a red card if you do anything else wrong, would warrant a 10-minute in the sin bin. And of course, you get a red card in rugby, you're off for the game, the same as it is in football. I don't understand how something's a yellow card offence, but you stay on the pitch, and if you do something else wrong, you might get a blue card. And you're just making change for the sake of change. You want to introduce sin bins, get them in for yellow cards, or just introduce a sin bin for any player who's doing anything that's just regarded as cheating. So diving, for example, to me, should be a 10-minute in the sin bin. But to me, if you're purposefully trying to cheat and you're purposefully trying to, be dishonest in a competitive game of football that could have huge implications on a football club, both for the community, for the finances, and for the players and the fans as well, then that surely warrants them being sent off as far as I'm concerned. There should be harsher punishments for things like diving. 2, 3, 4 times every game. In every game, you get players just chucking themselves to the ground. That, as far as I'm concerned, is simulation. You want to give them a 10-minute sin bin? I say no. If they're downright just trying to cheat, chuck them out, send them out of the game. Done. Red card. Done and dusted. Not a fan of this blue card thing, if I'm completely honest. But there we go. Not even sure why the colour is blue either. Why blue? I don't understand. Yellow card. Red card. Surely you want a mixture of the two cards and you go for the copper top, the orange instead, and they've chosen not to. They've just gone with a completely different colour, meaning a completely different thing. Just about sums up football in England, to be honest. It's just everyone thinks it's dead exciting and it's really good. And then you've got people that are in charge, in high up positions, who just don't know anything. And they make ridiculous decisions for the sake of making ridiculous decisions. There we go. Boy Racer says keepers have to be immune to blue cards. There's already things that could go wrong with these blue cards, isn't there? Goalkeeper gets a blue card, 10 minute in the sin bin. You're going to have to introduce temporary substitutions. That's the only way around it. You're going to have to say, right, whilst our keeper's in the sin bin, we want to make a substitution. And it's going to be a temporary sub where an attacker comes off. So if Man City got a blue card today for Ederson, Erling Haaland can come off for 10 minutes. Ederson obviously goes in the sin bin. Haaland comes off. Ortega-Moreno goes into goal for 10 minutes. And then 10 minutes later, if you stick to the rules of the game, we would then have to either keep Ederson off the pitch and put him on the bench and put Erling Haaland. You won't be able to put Erling Haaland if you substitute him off. You won't be able to put him on. You'll have to put somebody else on. So it's a little bit of a mess. As I said, they're just trying to look like they're doing something, when in actual fact, the decisions that they're doing don't make any sense at all. John, thanks for tuning in. Paul, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Manchester City fan says we were top of the table at the start of the season, so he's not too concerned about that. You want to be in a good position, and we've got a chance to go top. I'm more on about going top today because it puts pressure onto Liverpool, who are at home against Burnley, so I'm expecting that to be a formality. But more importantly, tomorrow, Arsenal got a difficult game away at West Ham. Very difficult, and they've got European football to potentially be thinking about very soon as well. So that puts pressure onto them. So that's what it's more to put pressure onto everybody else rather than for our own sakes. Nothing's going to be decided this weekend. We could do with a win, though. 3 points would be huge, of course. Boy Racing said it's one of them frustrating games where, we're going to have a lot of the ball, very few chances. We need to be clinical. Goal in the first 15 minutes, I think we'll feel a lot better. Paul reckons we're going to win 2-0. Erling Haaland is going to score today. I reckon Haaland's scoring a goal. I saw an interesting take on Twitter. Someone tweeted me before when I asked about what people's predictions are for today's game. Someone said going for 4-0 City and going for 4 goals for Erling Haaland, and you just couldn't rule that out, really, could you? Phil, thanks for tuning in. Says 4-1 to Manchester City. Would love that. Says from John and Phil, the Skipton JSGC fan club. Philip and John, much appreciated. The JSGC Skipton fan club. Does that mean I now need to visit Skipton to visit the fan club? Love that. Thanks for tuning in. And as I said, everybody else, where are you tuning in from today? We've got Skipton in the room. Love that. Love that a lot. Andrew says, good morning. Yeah, it's just turned afternoon here. Good morning to you, my friend. Early start, JSGC. You don't often see this on orange juice. We're on the club orange juice today. Delightful. Delightful. Wildcat Island, thanks for tuning in. So sometimes you just need lots of players closer to or in and around the penalty area. I presume that's what we're going to see from Alvarez. Rather than him dropping deep, you're just going to see him in the penalty area a lot with Erling Haaland. So that's what I'd be choosing to do. Going for a comfortable 3-0 victory today for City. I'm going for 3-0. I reckon we get a goal late in the first half. I'm going to go with Erling Haaland to score that. And then a couple of second half goals for City, including goals today, I reckon, for Phil Foden. And I'm going to go Rodri. Why not? Why not indeed? Andrew going with 4-0 Manchester City. Aryan, thanks for tuning in. Says tuning in from India. Much appreciated. Says he wants to come to the UK to watch Manchester City play. Can he get tickets for the Etihad? You'll have to be a member, which costs £35, known as a match day member. That will then give you access to potentially buy tickets, and depending on what game you're looking for, you may be able to get tickets that way. If you're not a member, you're going to really struggle unless you're going on the third-party websites, which they're charging way over the top, so I wouldn't recommend that. I'd recommend just paying the £35, being a member. It keeps you up to date with what's happening with the club. You may want to go to, if you're over in the UK for a week or two, you may have the opportunity to go to maybe a couple of games, so you'll be able to guarantee yourself at least a chance of getting tickets for them. Unless it's a really big game, so your Liverpools, your Manchester Uniteds, your Arsenals, and the really big games in the Champions League, you should be okay at getting tickets. That's what I've found as well. All depends on how much you're prepared to pay and where you want to sit, etc., etc. You can get to the big games if you're prepared to pay the big bucks by sitting in hospitality. And you don't need to be a member to get into hospitality. So it all depends. All depends. John going for a 3-1 victory today for Manchester City. John says the card should be orange. It should be orange, not blue, shouldn't it? It should be an orange card. Andy, thanks for tuning in. Andy and Alison tuning in from York. Says he's travelling up to Helmsley, so relying on me to bring you nothing but great news. I hope so. Says we need to win this, and the team sheet looks good. Come on, City. Andy and Alison got my little York gin glass today, tuning in normally from York, but on the way up to Helmsley instead. So do have a great time, Andy and Alison, and much appreciated for tuning in, as well as the players make their way out of the tunnel and into the stadium. An early kickoff. Not a real fan of these early kickoffs, but here we are. MCFC TV, thanks for tuning in. Says, where did I get the chair from? I got it from gtplayer.com. They very kindly sent it to me. You can go and check them out. The link's in the description. It's a limited edition chair, which unfortunately isn't on sale, but if there's anything new, I will let you guys know about that, of course. It's a great chair, I will add. So do go and check out their other chairs. They're very good chairs. Sai, thanks for tuning in. Says, big up, mate. Much appreciated. The creator going for a 3-0 victory today for Manchester City. Messi Marv, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. John saying, Dino Rod to remove Everton. Do hope you are well. Good afternoon to you, Stu. Thanks for tuning in. Arjen, I'd love to see a hat-trick for Erling Haaland as well. Andy says, reckons we'll be alright in Copenhagen as long as Gomes doesn't start, of course. He got a red card last time we played FC Copenhagen. Very attacking team, FC Copenhagen. Should be a really good game of football on Tuesday night in Denmark. And Vosiek, thanks for tuning in, going for a 3-1 victory today for Manchester City. So, guys, we're on to 40 likes, 60 to go to 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Also, don't forget as well, social media links in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do get your thoughts in the live chat, including your score prediction for this game and where you're tuning in from as well. Stu going for a 4-0 victory for Manchester City. Lydia, thanks for tuning in, and you are more than welcome. A Manchester City fan says, hopefully we'll visit Manchester one day and witness the Manchester derby at the Etihad Stadium, and hopefully have the pleasure to meet me as well. That would be very nice, my friend, wouldn't it? And yeah, I said, you ever get the opportunity to come to Manchester and watch Manchester City play, it is the best experience in the world. Viper, thanks for tuning in, says thanks for the stream. Let's go and get them 3 points. Julia as well, much appreciated. Thanks for tuning in. And my last note, as I said, it is Super Bowl weekend. Got our NFL ball. We're going to chuck that away now. Get rid of that. We're going to be speaking all about Manchester City. My final thing about the NFL and the Super Bowl, I reckon Kansas City Chiefs beating the San Francisco 49ers. John's not going to like that one. I'm going for a close game, 30 points to 27 to the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes to show up there in the Super Bowl side. Feeling very good about the lineup. Good team, strong team. I'm surprised we rotated. Thought we might have. We've got Chelsea next weekend at home. It's not an easy game as well, so this game probably is the right time to rotate, but we'll wait and see. We're just waiting for kickoff here. Not too far away. My camera battery is very low and looks like it's going to run out very soon. Everton, they're switching the sides around. So Everton are going to be attacking the south stand first half and attacking the family stand second half. Similar to what Man City did when we won the Premier League against Aston Villa when we came back. We switched sides. The City are going to attack the family stand first half and the south stand second half. And that, to me, is how it should be. There we go. Right, John supporting the 49ers. Viper reckons the Chiefs probably going to win. As I said, I'm going for a 30 points to 27 victory in that game. So I'm just going to change my battery up very quickly. So I will disappear and I'll be back in literally less than a minute.
What's going on, guys? Mixed here, back again for another review video. And today's spirit we are reviewing is the world's strongest spirit, Spiritus. Yes, that's right. And the 95% alcohol, the strongest alcohol in the world. Because it wouldn't be right unless I mentioned Everclear as well, the American one. It is a grain alcohol, the Everclear. Because in this is as well, as soon as you get to the super strengths like 95, it's a grain alcohol. But it's worth mentioning with Spiritus, it's not a vodka. Because everyone says strongest vodka in the world, it's not. Because it's just alcohol, it's pure spirit. It is a rectified Polish spirit, Spiritus is. Right, so for Spiritus Doku, I think that's how you say it. Because for Poland, I do apologise for my pronunciation of that. I'm probably absolutely murdering it. But it does translate to Spirit of the Forest. That's one thing I do know with Spiritus. That's what it translates to. Because at 95, because with the Polish people, they usually make with it their own vodkas, because it's very useful for that. You wouldn't drink it near, so it gives you a warning. Do not drink near, but we will be having a sample taste just for this one time. As I got this spirit for my collection, something I've always wanted to add to my collection, the world's strongest spirits, because they're just something to brag about, really. Because there's a fun talk.
There we go. I think we're back in the room. Just very quickly put the halftime entertainment on for you guys, just while I change that over. It took me just over a minute, as I was just putting the other camera battery on to charge. So all sorted. Manchester City just on the attack here and cut off well by Everton. So Manchester City, as I said, they're attacking family stand first half here. Very unusual to see, but I like it. I like when Man City attack the south stand second half. If City need a big push second half, I think it's the way to go. And that may be the case in this game. Everton choosing to swap the teams, as Phil Foden and Matheus Nunes just aren't on each other's wavelength there. And the ball ricochets kindly here to Jeremy Doku. Needs to take his man on. He's trying to, and he gets to the byline and gets a cross in and manages to force an early corner here for Manchester City. So an early corner here with De Bruyne on the bench. Alvarez back on corner duty. Can we make it count? Jordan Pickford gets a fist onto it. Falls to Ruben Dias. A deep cross comes in towards Haaland, dealt with by Ashley Young, only as far as Rodri. Here's Alvarez now on the left-hand side. Gives the ball to Akanji. A bit of space here for Akanji. Works it to Foden now. Here's Nunes. So Nunes is going on the right. I thought it had been Foden, but it's Nunes that's gone on the right. And a chance here for a ball to go into the box. It does. It goes towards Haaland. He gets a touch on it. And Foden says, leave it, I'll have it, into the byline. And runs out of room. Out for a goal kick to Everton. John, I did look mental. It's why I chose to put the halftime entertainment on. I was trying my hardest just to get my hand in front of the camera to darken the camera out, because I knew that it had paused on that. And once it's paused on that, I'd be happy to proceed momentarily with the stream, but not to be. Viper says, hoping Everton don't just keep everyone behind the ball and try and play some positive football. It's not going to happen, my friend. Not going to happen. As Sean Dyche isn't in the dugout today. He's in the stands serving a suspension for getting another yellow card. Stu, Mixie does do some non-alcoholic stuff. So for the next halftime entertainment, maybe not the next one, but maybe the one after, depending on how it falls and if Mixie has an upload this weekend or not. I don't know what his schedule is. I will put a non-alcoholic drink on there for you, my friend. And do let me know what drink you do end up making. Tom, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Voschek reckons Haaland's going to score a brace this weekend in this game against Everton. That would be good. Mick Sid, thanks for tuning in. It's Speaking of the devil, have you got a video out this weekend, Mixed? So, Everton playing in pink today. Pink shirts, black shorts, black socks. Attacking from left to right. Attacking the south stand, Everton first half here. Switched it up. Manchester City in their home kit. Sky blue shirts, white shorts, and sky blue socks. There you go. He's going to be doing the B52. So that'll more than likely be my next halftime entertainment on Tuesday night against Copenhagen. There's Jeremy Doku. Oh, he drops into space so well. Here's Ruben Dias for Manchester City. City just exchanging a few passes here. Not done anything of interest in first 5 minutes or so. I must have made at least 4 or 5 mistakes on this stream so far, and we've only been live, just over half an hour? I blame that it's 12:30. I hate, with a passion, 12:30 kickoffs on a Saturday. Work so hard throughout the week. I just want to chill out on a Saturday morning. And I've spent all morning just getting everything prepared for the stream, getting everything sorted. No. Thankfully, next weekend's game against Chelsea is a 5:30 kickoff. I'll be more alert and, more importantly, more awake for that game. P. Diddy, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. As Stu says, got an idea of not mixing as much, but something more along the milkshake lines. Don't think... Has Mixed done anything non-alcoholic involving milkshake styles? I'm not sure. Fairly sure there's a couple of boozy milkshakes on his channel. I'm not sure. Anyway, we're now 5 likes away from 50 likes, so any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe as well. It is free. Everton put a ball into the box. First chance that they've had to do anything. Here's Ashley Young on the right-hand side and squares it across, and a bit of defending for Man City to do. And Everton looked a bit dangerous then. Ah, lovely. Throw in then comes in towards Calvert-Lewin. That's good work from Jeremy Doku, and that's a good tackle from Doku as well. And he's intercepted in a good area. McNeil disguises a pass really well, and Ederson's got to be advancing on that, and the ball's ping-ponging around, and eventually he gets hold of the ball. I think he's hurt. Calvert-Lewin went sliding in, and Ederson's hurt. Oh, Stu, what do I do for work? I used to work in education. I worked in there for a fair few years. Came out of there a couple of years ago and currently work in the pharmaceutical industry. You've still got the best the best name. Go for a 1-1. We want some positivity here. We want some positivity. We definitely don't want a 1-1. So I'm going for 3-0. I'm going for 3-0 as well. As we'll see if Ederson's okay. Hopefully he is. Just took a little bit of a hit. Manchester City fan says, do we know what happened the last time City played Chelsea at the Etihad in February? Is that the game where we battered them? Fairly sure it is. I'm fairly sure that was in Feb, if memory serves me right. I don't know if it's the last time we faced them at the Etihad in Feb. I'm not sure. Ederson's still down receiving treatment. He's hurt here. Everton player that went sliding in's fine. Ederson's receiving a bit of treatment, so if he's not okay to continue, we're going to see Ortega-Moreno come back in. And Ortega-Moreno's a class keeper, so I'm not too concerned, but it'd be nice to have Eddie good to go. Really would. Yeah, the 6-0 match. Larissa, thank you very much for your support there. Much appreciated. And thank you for your kind comment as well. Does mean a lot to me. You guys, you're ever so nice to me. Makes me feel very happy. Manchester City fan, yeah, it was that match. in February. I thought so. Master, thanks for tuning in, supporting, I presume, Bayern Munich. I don't speak German, so I don't know what the Die Bulen means. Maybe it's a little bit of ignorance on my behalf. I'm not too sure. As I said, I'm not native to German if it's anything beyond counting up to 5. Doesn't really go beyond that for German, but I've never studied German before, to be fair to me. Ederson, he's sat up. That's good news. Oh, that's Master, that's way beyond me. Way beyond me. We need a translator. Where's Julia? Julia's normally my translator. Can anybody speak German? I have a friend that can speak German. He's not here right now to help me, though. I don't have Google Translate up, so I'm not too sure, my friend. But, yeah, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Nadir saying people calling Gvardiol a flop are embarrassing. He's not a flop. He's a good player, showing a lot of potential, I think. I'm actually quite excited if he spends 2 or 3 seasons with City. I'm very excited to see what he can do. Ederson then back up, and he's playing and ball. He's back in action, and Manchester City are back underway here. Just working the ball from right to left at the back. Everton taking a bit of confidence off getting forward a couple of times. Choosing to put a squeezed press onto Manchester City. So City just working the ball around at the back. Ederson gets a good ball out to John Stones. He has gone in at right back. You'll notice that City just seeing more of the ball. John Stones just going to start moving himself. I mean, we're seeing John Stones at the right side of defence at the moment, and Akanji's going through the middle. I'd prefer Akanji to go on that right-hand side, and John Stones goes through the middle, because I think John Stones is far better than Akanji at it. Now, Mixed Sid's translating through Google Translate says he is a German. Thank you very much. I know Dankeschön. I know that's thank you very much. There you go. Julia says Die Bulen means the Bulls. Julia's my translator. Mixed helping out there as well. Legends. All legends. Legends. Oh, man. There's just not much happening in this game. City just off the pace a little bit. There's a bit of rotation in there. I wanted City to go all guns blazing in this game. A nice quick start. I just felt like if we needed a nice quick start, today was the day that we needed that, and it's just not happened here. John says, can I mention that a well-known cinema chain is showing Blade Runner on February 20th? Yeah, yes, you can, my friend. Mixed said he didn't Google Translate that, bro. That's very impressive, if not. What does Cineworld? There we go. Anyone interested in watching Blade Runner February 20th? Go and watch it. Here's Jeremy Doku then for City. Gives the ball to Akanji. Needs a bit more pace to City's attack. They're just happy to knock it around and pass it around. It's not the way around. I mean, Everton's got, how many is there? 9 players behind the ball. Slow movement isn't going to work your way around 9 players. Calvert-Lewin gets the flick on. That should be cut off by Ruben Dias and is. Gives the ball to Foden on the right. Here's Rodri. He's got nowhere to go. Manages to just about find a pass to John Stones, and City will just choose to work that ball back to Ederson. So John Stones now going through the centre. Ruben Dias going through on the right-hand side. Here's Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He has a shot, drifts wide and out for a goal kick to Manchester City. This is where City just need to be careful. As we do hit our 50 like goal, we're halfway to our aim of 100 likes, so any help towards that would be great. Akanji looks well off the pace at the mo. Not only did Akanji give the ball away there, he just trotted back to track back. Not good enough. That's not good enough. That could easily have been a shot on target and a goal for Everton, that weren't good enough. Pickford sends this long. They're looking for them direct balls through the middle. Obviously watched the Brentford game on Monday night. Morpay and Ivan Toney really caused problems for Manchester City through that direct ball. So Sicker, thanks for tuning in. Love from Jamaica, love that one. Manchester City fan says February 21st is a special day in BD, Bangladesh, I presume that is. What's special? What happens in Bangladesh? Teach me, my friend. What happens? Here's Ruben Dias then. Gives the ball to Nathan Ake. I mean, Stu, you make a really good comment there. If anybody does want to do any like drink making or anything as a halftime entertainment, film yourself making it and send it over to me. Because worst case scenario, I'll say I'm not going to use it as my halftime entertainment, but thanks for sending it in. Best case, I'm going to say, good video that. It's going on as a halftime entertainment. So yeah, if that is of interest to anybody, if anyone has any ideas of halftime entertainment, then do send that in. That would be great. In an ideal world, Mixed's entertainment's normally anywhere between 3 and 8 minutes. So that's the marker that I'd be looking for, 3 to 8 minutes. Clear vision, clear audio. It's normally the benchmark. If you know how to do videos or you're looking to get into it or anything, then yeah, send them in. Dan, has Foden had a shot on target? Has anyone had a shot on target? Has Jordan Pickford done anything in this game other than fist a corner clear? It's just not. This has been too slow for City. We've got a similar atmosphere to the game against Liverpool in that early kick-off of game where fans just haven't really woken up that much. This is going to be a bit of a difficult game, isn't it? You know it. International Mother Language Day. Love that, Manchester City fan. Is it like a public holiday? Do you get a day off work? Is it a celebration things? What happens? We have in the UK patron saint days, and for some reason they have. So a lot of people know about St. Patrick's Day for Ireland, that's celebrated. St. Andrew's Day in Scotland, St. David's Day in Wales, and we have St. George's Day here in England. Yeah, we don't actually do anything for St. George's Day yet. The other countries, Wales, Scotland and Ireland, do. Not too sure why that is and why England doesn't do more for St. George's Day. It's baffled me for a long time. Since I was a kid, and I've always wondered why. Everton playing another long ball forward. And that's a good interception there from Manuel Akanji. Puts the ball out for a throw. And 18 minutes in here, 0-0. Dan says, need a Foden shot for a bet. Foden to shoot for a bet. Yeah, no, Foden's not doing much. Nobody's doing much at the moment. There's nothing much happening. Here's City then. Instructor from Foden to Haaland says, give it to Alvarez. He does. Alvarez tried to get a shot away. Oh, it's a lovely touch from John Stones. Gets it to Jeremy Doku. Doku is going to have a shot. It's again another good block and Everton can get it clear. It's better from City. It's better. Here's Ederson then. Gives the ball to Akanji. Matheus Nunes now. There's plenty of options on the right-hand side. To choose to go on the left-hand side here. Here is Doku once more. He's got two around him. Gives the ball to John Stones. Here is Phil Foden to John Stones once more. Snowy, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Welcome, my friend. Here's Doku. Gives the ball to Nunes. Dan says, if Foden gets a shot on target, I'll subscribe. I'll hold you to that. I fancy Foden at some point will get a shot on target. The referee says, no free kick there for Everton. And City can come forward. Here's John Stones. Need a little bit more urgency here from City. There's a lot of pedestrian passing going on. There's not much happening. Nothing troubling Jordan Pickford anyway. So Manchester City fans says Feb 21st is a government holiday. There we go. Very interesting. Watchalong, a Man United ad on my stream. I need to email YouTube about that. Ugh. I'd definitely be skipping that ad. Snowy reckons 2-0 or 3-1, he reckons. A 2-goal win for Manchester City today. Here's Akanji then, gives the ball to Rodri. Work to Nathan Ake. To Jeremy Doku now. Here's Nathan Ake. Floats one across to Foden. On the right wing here. He's got Mykolenko for company. Gives the ball to Akanji. Back to Phil Foden once more. There's space here for John Stones. Gives it to Nathan Ake now. Here's Jeremy Doku. Can he get something of quality into the box? Gets it onto his left foot. Can't get past the Everton defender. Why have I forgotten his name? Let me look. Why have I forgotten his name? Ben Godfrey, the one. Ben Godfrey, yeah, I couldn't get past Ben Godfrey. He's a good player, Ben Godfrey, as well. Here's Rodri now. Worked into space. Here's John Stones to Foden. I want to see us get Foden more involved as the informed player. Goes for a shot. Blocked. I think that's going to be a common theme in this game. Nadir, I think you're going to be right. I think it's going to be a very patient game. I said it, so I'm surprised City didn't just go all guns blazing first 10-15 minutes. Go hammer Everton. Grab that opening goal. Open this game up. Worst case scenario, Everton go with the same approach and Manchester City can just kind of know that they've got the assurance that they're already a goal ahead. A crunching tackle comes in from Tarkowski on Foden. Will be a throw into Manchester City. Watchalong, I'd like for us to have gone into an early lead. We're now halfway through the first half and have we had a shot? Here's Foden. Oh, we've got a bit of atmosphere. We've got a City, the best team in the land and all the world chant. City fans waking up now. I'm not too sure I've woken up fully yet, though. Ball doesn't ricochet nicely for City, and it does fall nicely, though, to Alvarez, and he gives the ball to big Erling Haaland, and it's a good interception there. Really good interception from Everton, and they can come away with the ball. It's Jared Branthwaite with the interception for Everton, and Jack Harrison's actually managed to sneak his way forward and find a pass in towards Ashley Young. You heard that right, the Ashley Young from Manchester United, former United man. He's still around. Gives the ball to Phil Foden. Goes for a cross into the box. Dealt with easily at the back by Ben Godfrey. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin can pick that ball up in a deep area and he's just got... It's a poor pass. Didn't really have too much support and Everton ultimately just end up giving the ball away. And that's a cracking tackle from Idrissa Gueye. Really good tackle. Gives the ball to Ashley Young. And Ruben Dias. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Freddie says, what's my goal with the YouTube channel? Just to grow it. My ultimate aim is 100,000 subscribers, so it's my goal to 100,000 subscribers. I'd love a YouTube plaque. So that's the ultimate aim, covering Manchester City content. Once we get towards the business end of the season and there's massive games with implications on City, I will do live watch-alongs on them games, and hoping to be covering some of the European Championships in the summer as well. Certainly with England, not too sure about the other games. Depends. I'll be doing my daily Manchester City transfer updates in June. So all depends. That's a lovely touch from Jeremy. Doku and Branthwaite with a good bit of defending. Takes the ball away from Julian Alvarez, and Everton can get that one clear. Calvert-Lewin's going to pick that ball up here, and he's getting wrestled by Ruben Dias, and a free kick given against Ruben Dias and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Even though the wrestling was going on off the pitch, free kick given on the pitch for the initial touch there from Ruben Dias. Recently single, Ruben Dias. Calvert-Lewin just chucked him to the ground. He wanted a free kick, a bit of 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Recently single, Ruben Dias. I've not fully woken up yet. Well, I guess there's second half. We'll have recently single Ruben Dias. Manchester City fan giving us the history there. It's good stuff. I like learning. I said before, I've worked in education for a numerous amount of years. Yet to find anybody who's as passionate about learning as what I am. I love learning things. Ball comes into the box from Everton. It's flicked down from Calvert-Lewin, only as far as Ederson's gloves. Amounts to not much from Everton, and City can come away with the ball, as we're now 48 likes away from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe as well if you are new around here. Here's Phil Foden. Gives the ball to John Stones. And it's just, again, it's being played at a walking pace. I'm not a fan of this walking pace. More direct balls, quicker movement. Oh, it's beautiful from Doku. Into the penalty area. Haaland gets his head onto it. And City's first attempt on goal that's not being blocked there. And it's miles over the top of the crossbar. It was a little bit high for Erling Haaland. I know he's 6'4", he's a big lad. It's a little bit too high from Doku, but twice now he's managed to skip past his man. Haaland's always going to win that header. It's just a little bit too high that it gets on the top of his head and he's leaning back, so it's just going to loop up in the air and over the top of the crossbar. Vanessa, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Do hope you are well. Haaland, it's going to take Haaland some time. You've got to remember, he's been out for a couple of months. It's going to take Haaland a little bit of time to get back into the swing of things. It'll take 4 or 5 games before he's, fully back to his dominating best. Same with Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne has been good, I think, since he's come back, but he can be even better. We know the level that De Bruyne can hit. We know the level that Haaland can hit. It's going to take a little bit of time for them to really get back to where they want to be. And Man City will just be keeping a close eye on their fitness as well. So they're not just going to do 4 or 5 games in a row and say, right, you're back up to scratch. Fourth official sends Godfrey back for the throw-in, saying he's accumulated near 5 yards there. And here he is coming forward once more. Vanessa going for a 3-0 victory for City. Vanessa uses a good word there. He's a bit rusty at the moment. And it's to be expected. He's been out for a couple of months. I reckon by the time we get into March, towards the international break, I reckon you'll have Erling Haaland. If he keeps himself fit, he'll be back up to his normal best. It also doesn't help that a couple of games that he has started and have been against teams who have been very defensive. He's not had any space to work with. They've literally just put 3 defenders around him and hope that that's going to see him out of the game. Don't really get the best out of Erling Haaland. It's not going to get the best out of any player when you've got 3 players around you man-marking you out of the game. Now, FC Copenhagen on Tuesday night aren't going to man-mark Erling Haaland out of the game. They're going to go and take the game to Manchester City. That's going to have goals in. That's going to be a very exciting game. They're the kind of games where Erling Haaland goes on and scores 3, 4, 5 goals. If he's clinical, of course. Dan reckons Everton to win. I hope not. I really do. Everton could really do with the 3 points down at the bottom, though. We could really do with the 3 points at the top. We're the home team. We need to ensure that happens. Alvarez did a really nice little dink and then just passed and gave the ball away. As Everton then give the ball away. It's their turn. This has been a sloppy game. There's been no real fluency into this game. Maybe now is the time where we are going to see it. Here's Phil Foden on the right wing. Plays a good pass. Nunes. Oh, good defending. Tarkowski. Good defending. Nunes goes to play a ball across the box looking for Erling Haaland to have a tap in. Tarkowski reads it like a book and puts the ball out for a corner. Really good defending. Good reading of the game from James Tarkowski. Even gives himself a little fist celebration. He knows that was a good bit of defending. We are seeing Everton park the bus. Chris Stan, thanks very much for your kind comment there. Much appreciated. Corner comes in. Who's on it? No one. Doku picks it up. Edge of the penalty area. Doku picks it up. Oh, it's a good ball. Well defended again from Everton. Was looking for Nathan Ake. Second bite of the cherry from Alvarez. No, good ball into the box and it's easily dealt with by Everton and McNeil can get that one clear. Calvert-Lewin dominating in the air there. Wins the header. Can't find Ashley Young. And Manchester City will have the ball and will come forward. And Ashley Young's a little bit out of position here. Here's Jeremy Doku. He's seen a lot of the ball here into the penalty area. He's got Haaland for support. Threads a ball into Akanji. Now I'm going back to what I was saying before. I would like to see Manuel Akanji at the right side of centre-back for Manchester City today, and John Stones pops up into that area. Stones is better with his distribution, better with his passing ability. He's got a good eye for goal. All round that position just suits John Stones and Rodri. Having Akanji, a centre-back, in the penalty area when it's 0-0 after 32 minutes, I don't think it's the best approach when we've got other players, I think, that are better at doing it. Here's Nathan Ake. Deep ball in. Jordan Pickford's coming. He's not got it. Foden picks that one up on the right wing. Nunes gives it to Foden. Foden! Good block. Really good block from Everton. Fancy if City get one, it might be like London buses and we might get 2 or 3. Really takes the game plan away from Everton if City score first. And if Everton score first, it will be very desperate from Manchester City. They'll just be cross after cross into the box in the hope that something sticks. Here's Doku, takes his man on really well. Squares it across and it misses everybody. Only as far as Rodri. Rodri rocket? No. Here's Nunes. Nunes has a cross-come shot. It's low. It's no real power on it. I'm not too sure what that was from Nunes. I don't know if he were looking to square a ball across to the back post or he was looking for a shot. If it was a shot, it was a very tame shot. And if he was looking for the back post, it needed more zip on it. Didn't happen. I love watching Jeremy Doku as well, Voshek. He's a really good player. He's a very raw player. He's still got a lot to learn. But he's got that potential. Bags of potential. Cross comes in from City. Very well dealt with there at the back by Everton, by Ben Godfrey and Jordan Pickford, and that just takes a bit of pressure off the Everton goal as we're now 44 likes away from 100 likes. So please remember to leave a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. And if you are new around here, please do subscribe. It is free to subscribe. We've got plenty more football and plenty more Manchester City content to come for the season. Here's Dominic Calvert-Lewin then. Picks the ball up for Everton inside the Manchester City penalty area. Gets a bit of support here from Ashley Young. Here's Idrissa Gueye. Finds a really good pass into space and Jack Harrison tries to find Dominic Calvert-Lewin. It doesn't stick to his boot. Goes out for a goal kick to Manchester City. Tom, we are playing Luton Town away from home at the end of February midweek against Luton Town. I don't have a calendar up here anymore for me to tell you that that's the date that the game's happening. So I have to go into my calendar on my phone. Yeah, it's the 27th of February. We play Luton Town at Kenilworth Road in the FA Cup 5th round. We win that, we're into the quarterfinals. Here is Erling Haaland. Finds Julian Alvarez. He's got no support. And he's tackled and commits a foul. And Alvarez not happy with that. The City fans not happy with that. Free kick to Everton. Vanessa, who do I think will be the next Man City player to leave, and where do I think that they will go? I don't think any more players will leave. I know there's been some rumours circulating about Sergio Gomes leaving to Turkey on loan. The Turkish transfer window's short. It's not happened. Sergio Gomes will remain with Manchester City until the end of the season. They are talking about Sergio Gomes and Stefan Ortega-Moreno discussing their future at the end of the season. There's plenty of interest from Turkey and elsewhere around Europe in Sergio Gomes. More than likely will be a loan rather than a permanent transfer, but there is talk of Ortega-Moreno attracting interest to be a number one for some top European teams. So he's going to sit down with City and talk about his future. So if I wanted a little bit of a curveball, a player that's not really been spoken about, I reckon Ortega-Moreno might be the first out if he chooses to sit down with City and say, I want to leave. Plenty of interest in him, by the way. If not, looking towards the squad, Bernardo Silva got a release clause. Oh, it's a good ball. Nunes, he can't get there ahead of Pickford. Good goalkeeping by the England number one. He's going to whack this upfield as well. Ruben Dias wins that header. Jack Harrison picks up the loose second ball. Rodri nearly mops that up for City. McNeil's got the pace on him, and a ball comes across the area, and it's just a little bit too much on it. Calvert-Lewin just couldn't get there, and out for a throw into City. Do I think Haaland will go to Madrid? Not this summer, I don't. Do I at some point see Erling Haaland leaving Manchester City to go to Real Madrid? I think if he does leave Manchester City at any point, I don't see where else it would be other than Real Madrid. I don't see it happening this summer. I'm hoping it's not going to happen for many more summers, but I don't know what the future holds. So I can see if Haaland decides, if he wants to leave City, that Real Madrid would more than likely be the destination that he does end up at. Here's Everton. Everton growing into this game. Ashley Young up against Nathan Ake. Gets a cross in. And a header and a shot from Everton is high and wide. Jack Harrison, former Manchester City man it was, with the shot. Tom Mbappe. It's not confirmed yet, but it is strongly believed that Mbappe will go to Real Madrid. If it does, I think that'll ease the interest on Haaland to Madrid for this summer. Maybe next summer as well. We'll see again on that. Jack Harrison got that shot all wrong for Everton there and high into the stands. Dan says, who do I think's been our best player so far? Are you on about for the season or for this game? If you're on about for the season, it's undoubtedly Phil Foden. If you're on about for this game, Jeremy Doku's looked most likely to make something happen on that left-hand side. As you yet to see any real quality going into any of the players in the box, though. For this game, yeah. Probably Jeremy Doku's looked most likely to make something happen. He's looked the most liveliest, I think. I mean, Phil Foden's been patient. Not really had many opportunities to see him drifting onto his left foot and get something good away. I mean, we've not had a shot on target yet, so difficult to judge. Very difficult to judge. As I said, Everton now just starting to have a bit of possession. Everton starting to grow into this game. Here's Jordan Pickford. He's going to send this ball long. Looking for Calvert-Lewin. It hits the back of Calvert-Lewin's head and Akanji mops that up. And here's Everton now pushing their back line forward. This sense that they could do something here. And Everton now having possession inside the Manchester City half. The defence has pushed forward, so City may have a bit of defending to do, but with passes like that coming in from Mykolenko, where John Stones can just step forward and intercept, isn't what Everton are looking for. They're trying to put a bit of press and a squeeze on, and Nunes and Ake not on the same wavelength there, and Nunes just passes it out of play for a throw in. Pep Guardiola with his head down, not happy about that. Andrew, thanks for tuning in, says hesitant, slow, uncreative, looking for a record number of back passes in a game. Very good point. A very good point. It's been lethargic from City so far. It's been slow. I think that's the most disappointing factor, is the tempo of this game has been far too slow. A slow tempo isn't going to break down the Everton wall. A quick tempo, quick passes, pass and go, pass and go, pass and go, direct balls, they're going to work a little bit better. At the moment, the only team that's sat here watching this game that's happy will be Everton. Look, Everton, 48% possession in the last 5 minutes. They're growing into this game. Pickford sends it long. Header should be won by Nathan Ake. Is won by Nathan Ake. Only as far as an Everton shirt again. And they get themselves a throw-in. Thailand's chief asset, thanks for tuning in, says if City win the league again, he'll stop watching the Premier League. He doesn't like watching leagues where only one team wins this league every year, like the Bundesliga, La Liga and Liga 1. To be fair, the Premier League are more competitive than any of them leagues. There's several teams that have investment, that have money to spend. And if Man City are winning the league, I look towards the other teams and ask them, you've got just as much money as us. Why aren't you challenging us and doing better? You don't get the title races in the Premier League like the leagues in France, in Germany and in Spain, 9 times out of 10 aren't genuinely as exciting as what the Premier League is. And everyone will look at facts and they'll say that Man City are making the league uncompetitive because it's a lazy assumption. City aren't making the league uncompetitive. Manchester City are investing, spending, and just in general adapting better than our opponents. Manchester United have spent more than us in the last, whilst we've had Pep Guardiola. Why are they not competing? Chelsea spent, £1 billion in the last 2 years. Why are they not competing? Arsenal spent £100 million on one player in the summer. Yet, potentially, had they lost last week, would, in my opinion, have been out of the title race when they was in a title race for much longer last season. Liverpool have spent big in the summer on midfield as well. Manchester City are just the benchmark. It's up to everybody else to play catch up as far as I'm concerned. And I think the thing that makes the Premier League more exciting is there's teams out there with City in a good position here. 1 second, Ake goes for a shot blocked by Everton. Here's Rodri. Rodri rocket! No. Ake goes for a ball in, cleared by Everton. Yeah, the thing about the Premier League, there's so much money invested into the league. So teams are always going to spend big. They're always going to bring in the biggest and best players, which means games are going to remain fairly competitive. I mean, look at this game. This game's a competitive game. It's second place taking on 18th. It's a competitive game. I go to Germany and I don't see Bayern Munich. I don't know who sits in 18th in Germany, but I don't see Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena being involved in a competitive game against 18th in the Bundesliga. It's not going to happen. Any idea why Kev's not started? I presume just a bit of rotation. Make sure he's nice and fresh for the match against Copenhagen on Tuesday. Champions League match, very important, very big game that for Manchester City as Foden goes down under a challenge from Mykolenko on the edge of the penalty area. It is more of a crossing position than a shooting position, but there we go. Tom says, what's the thing with the new blue card? I think the Referee Association is just coming up with a new concept, a new idea to try and keep things fresh, making change for the sake of change, talking about sin bins, how something could be a yellow card offence or a blue card offence or a red card offence. Don't understand the colouring scheme. Yellow, blue, then red. Surely it should be yellow, orange, red. I don't know. Anyway, free kick here for City. Good crossing position. Alvarez and Foden stood over it. Good time to score this, 44th minute. Changes the half-time team talk. Foden, can he put something of quality in? He can. It's towards the back post. Akanji gets his foot onto it and it just loops up and Jordan Pickford just tells Everton players, slow it down. He's happy to collect that and it falls to nobody in particular and Pickford will gather that one up. Come to Bangladesh one day, Manchester City fan says. I've got no plans to be heading to the subcontinent to Bangladesh, but you never know what the future does hold. Dan says Liverpool have spent. Dan makes a couple of comments. We'll address them both. Says only Chelsea have the same money as Man City. I'm not sure if you mean in that in terms of where the money's coming from, or whether you mean that Chelsea is spending only as much as what Manchester City do. But we'll go towards Liverpool's favourite thing, which is net spend. And you have a look at City's net spend over the last 3-4 seasons where City have won every single Premier League. And Man City's net spend's very good. As that's one back high up here, and Alvarez's ball into the box isn't very good. So Man City's net spend is very good. Man City spend what they earn, which is what all the other Premier League teams do. Man City just invest it better. Manchester United spend big all the time. I have no sympathy for Arsenal spending £100 million on Declan Rice. No sympathy on Manchester United spending £70-80 million on Haaland in the summer. No sympathy for Liverpool, who invested... How much money did Liverpool spend on their central midfield in the summer? It must be north of £90 million. You've got an £80 million Darwin Nunez. These teams have all got money. They've all spent the money, and they're all not competing with Manchester City. They're not competing with Manchester City because City's ability through mid-season to adapt to what's happening around them and the capability and the mentality that the team have got and the players have got is second to none. It's better than everybody else's. A football game is won on the pitch, but it's also won in here as well. And bar Liverpool, all the other Premier League teams just don't have any other fear factor. Nobody's going to Old Trafford and thinking we can't take something. No one's going to Stamford Bridge and thinking that. Wolves beat Chelsea 4-2. It's embarrassing from a Chelsea point of view, the amount of money that they've spent to not be competitive. Embarrassing. Here's Haaland. As we're into the first of 3 minutes added on here. This again, just too pedestrian, this from City. Here's Doku. He's got two around him. He's got nowhere to go. Too slow from Manchester City. Far too slow. I don't think it'll be too long before we do see Kevin De Bruyne come on. As I said, if it was me, I'd have started De Bruyne. If you want him to have a rest, give him the first half and say, create us something, find us a goal. Once we get that goal, that game plan's undone for Everton. Out for a corner. Thailand's chief asset. I'm more having the dig here at the other leagues and saying that the Premier League is competitive. It's City winning the league doesn't mean the league's not competitive. The points margins and how it's falling as a corner comes in, headed down, cleared by Everton. They are the leagues that you mentioned. It's fallen so nicely. Surely Akanji can find the back of the net. He cannot find the back of the net. And that rolls out for another corner here for Manchester City. Falls so nicely to Akanji, sorts his feet out, he has the shot, it does come off the arm, but he's armed right here by his side, so it's not a handball, it is a corner, and it is the last opportunity of the first half, as we're now 38 likes away from 100 likes. Please do subscribe as well if you're new around here. Corner then comes in. VAR did have a little look at it, I don't know why. Falls to Foden and it ricochets towards the back post, and that's gone out for another corner here. Is the time for City to take it? With how inactive the ball is, I think that there will be. Last chance then this. Corner, Alvarez to take, needs to hurry up. We're 10 seconds into overtime. He's passed it. Why has he passed it? And Foden passes it back to Alvarez. He can't sort his feet out. Just put a bloody ball into the box. All this faffing around. Half-time whistle goes. Why were they faffing? Why were they passing that corner when they're 10 seconds into overtime? The players can actually look at the scoreboard. They leave the clock running. You can see that it's into overtime. Last chance of the half. Just put a ball into the box. Why did they choose to work and pass that then? Players are forward, a quality ball into the box, attack the corner, see if you can score a goal. I spoke on the Across the Park podcast, speaking with another Everton channel before this game, speaking about how well Manchester City defend set play and corners. But they are equally not very good at scoring from corners. There is far too much passing around. Put a quality ball into the box and ask your players, your 6'4" Haaland, your 6'2" Ruben Dias's, your 6' Nathan Ake's, ask them to attack the corner. A quality ball into the box, attack the corner, you could score a goal. Ultimately, they chose to pass the ball, 2 passes, the ball goes out of play, goal kick, half-time whistle. Wasted opportunity. Really poor that. Poor first half. No real creativity from City. No real innovation. Nothing. There's pressure on Manchester City now going into the second half. Everton have this game where they want this game. Holding firm. Manchester City under pressure. Fans will be anxious. Players will, as the longer this goes into the second half, players will get more desperate. There's no creativity, there's no urgency, there's no pace to the game, there's nothing. A 0-0 for City today is not a good result. So they must be better second half, must be better, because at the moment, just not very good from Manchester City. Not very good. I think we want to rest Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne comes on at half-time for me. We've got no Kovacic, so dare I suggest Jack Grealish potentially as well? Maybe. We'll see. Seamus, thanks for tuning in, says no surprise. The double-decker from Everton has been parked. But Everton, it's 0-0. You know, Everton come and go toe-for-toe with City, and City pick them off, and this is 2-0. Everton would say, poor game plan, we're not doing very well. 0-0, Everton go, that's good. If we can hold really firm and shithouse a 0-0 by full time, they'll be very happy with that. 0-0 for Everton today is a fantastic result. 0-0 for Manchester City isn't a good result. Must do better for Manchester City second half. De Bruyne, Grealish, they're the options. Bernardo Silva, another option for City. There's too much sideways passing. Too much taking the easy, simple pass to pass it back. Too much stat padding is what I call it, from Manchester City. I imagine there'll be a lot of passes being made, but not a lot of creativity. Let's see what these stats are saying. Andrew's spot on, the back pass kings. Because that's what it is. It's just back passing from City. Blue Moon not happy. Awful performance up to now. Says get Nunes off. Nunes not offering too much. Nunes off. De Bruyne on. I can see it. Everybody else can see it. Needs to happen. Really does need to happen. At the moment, this City allow this to go on into the second half. This will get to 70, 75 minutes. City will, mark my words, come back to me on 75 minutes if this is still 0-0. And I will guarantee you what I'll be watching will be Manchester City putting cross after cross after cross into the box because they are desperate. Manchester City need to step up. Really need to step up here. Nadir says, I can see why people call us boring to watch. It was boring to watch. If you're a neutral watching this game, so we're going back to what, where are they? There we go. Thailand's chief asset that says he weren't happy with the competitiveness of the Premier League if Man City go on to win another Premier League. If he's watching it from a neutral point of view, if a neutral's watching this, they will watch it and they'll say that was a boring game of football. If I'm introducing somebody to a football game, that first half is not what I would want to introduce a neutral to. Manchester City, you look at it, just aren't doing enough. Everton's parked the bus, which we all knew was going to happen, is doing its job. And Manchester City, at the moment, are doing nothing about it. Absolutely nothing about it. And it's so frustrating. So frustrating. I said Jeremy Doku's looked most likely to make something happen on that left-hand side, but every time he's got into good positions, like Jesus Navas, got into good positions, but quality into the box wasn't very good. There's no point in having all that pace, looking lively and looking good, when the end product isn't there. This is a game, I look at the stats, 9 shots for City, none on target. Not good enough from Manchester City. Not good enough. 74% possession, 9 shots, none on target. Really isn't good enough. Doesn't make good reading. Everton 26% possession, 26 shots. Jesus, imagine. 26% possession, 3 shots, but they've tested Ederson. They've got a shot on target. And actually, Jack Harrison had a good opportunity. Dominic Calvert-Lewin winning the ball high up from Akanji, and Akanji lazily just walking back instead of tracking back and winning that ball back. That was a brilliant opportunity. Akanji, speaking of him again, has had City's best opportunity in this game. And it was well blocked, taking the time. Too much for Manchester City taking their time. City were nearly 400 passes and doing nothing with it. 129 passes for Everton. It's just nothing clear-cut created. Do you know, we'll go into half-time entertainment because I'm getting annoyed. Mix Sid, links and details there in the description. I did play some of it before. City have got some Chinese New Year entertainment. I think, is it today or tomorrow, the Chinese New Year? So anyone that celebrates, Happy New Year to you. Enjoy half-time entertainment. I'm going to go and calm down. I'm annoyed.
What's going on, guys? Mix It here, back again for another review video. And today's spirit we are reviewing is the world's strongest spirit, Spiritus. Yes, that's right. And the 95% alcohol, the strongest alcohol in the world. Because it wouldn't be right unless I mentioned Everclear as well, the American one. It is a grain alcohol, the Everclear. Because in this is as well, as soon as you get to the super strengths like 95, it's a grain alcohol. But it's worth mentioning with Spiritus, it's not a vodka. Because everyone says strongest vodka in the world, it's not. Because it's just alcohol, it's pure spirit. It is a rectified Polish spirit, Spiritus is. Right, so for Spiritus Dopuszczę, I think that's how you say it. Because for Poland, I do apologise for my pronunciation of that. I'm probably absolutely murdering it. But it does translate to Spirit of the Forest. That's one thing I do know with Spiritus. That's what it translates to. Because at 95, because with the Polish people, they usually make with it their own vodkas, because it's very useful for that. You wouldn't drink it near, so it gives you a warning. Do not drink near, but we will be having a sample taste just for this one time. As I got this spirit for my collection, something I've always wanted to add to my collection, the world's strongest spirit, because they're just something to brag about, really. Because there's a fun talking point. I've got the strongest spirit in my bar collection. Because in Poland, they make their own vodkas with it. Because they like flavoured vodkas, water it down. Because they like sometimes probably about 60 to 40 with water mixed in with this. You got yourself a nice flavoured vodka, adding your flavours with it, whatever you want to make. And that's its usefulness, not to be drunk at neat or down the shots really. Because it's 95, it's getting towards ethanol like that, pure alcohol near enough. Because it's also useful for making hand sanitizer, so we'll be taking a sample test, basically, of a pure spirit. Because it's just a grain of alcohol, and we will see how it tastes. Because I bought it for £30.57 from Master of the Malts, because that's where I got mine from. It's the strongest spirit in the market they can actually buy illegally. Because I think they do make a 96%, which will be the strongest spirit in the world, but I can't find that, so we're going for this. 1% less. So let's have a little bit of a taste test. Because I'll do a little bit of shot just to say I've done it. The strongest one I've ever done is 80%. This is the new record, and it wouldn't be right unless I did it in a Poland shot that I've got. Because that's what Joe got me from Krakow. Now with Poland, it's on the vodka belt with Russia, Sweden, Estonia, Ukraine, all the Eastern European countries really. But says the Polish do love the vodka. I do have a Polish vodka actually from Krakow. Oginski vodka. Because that's a citrus vodka that I got back from Krakow. So as you can see with the Spiritus, it's very clear. Let's have a smell of it. Because it's very clear. Because I don't really smell much. Because you can tell it's alcohol. Because I could make a killing really with this. Because just make my own hand sanitizer. Or the one thing I do want to do with it is make my own flavoured vodka. Like it should be used like the Polish people do use it for that reason. Because it's perfect for making your own vodka. Like with 500ml, I can make easily probably about 2 bottles of 500ml with flavoured vodka. Just for myself. But for a one-off, I will take it as a shot. Because not looking forward to this. I reckon it'll be a burning sensation, and I will just It's a bit slow, really. Zanaz. Very strong burning sensation. But like I said, that will be the other shot I ever do with the Spirit. Very, very strong, that is. Oh. Wouldn't recommend it, do not do it. I say drink responsibly and just make your own vodka with it, that is powerful. Wow, you certainly know when you had that, packs a punch, wow. Because it makes absinthe look like a joke, like those 95. Oof. But it's so good for you, when you sip it like that going through, you can just feel the burning going through you. Oh, God. But like I said, because the rectified spirit, there's absolutely no taste apart from that burn, it's just pure alcohol. But something I just want to do, just to say I've done it like that, but never again. Because I drink responsibly, you don't do what I've just done like that. Because I sipped it slowly, as I knew what was coming. But I can say I've done it, 95% spiritus. Because I'm on the cup of tea, because I just get rid of the taste. Something a bit softer. Oh, God. Because I think it's because with the spiritus, it's a nice base spirit, making you perfect vodka, and that's fantastic. I recommend it for that reason, or for collection. Just say you got the world's strongest spirit like that. Because I make an excellent cocktail like that, because a little bit of spiritus, as I will make some cocktails with it as well. So it's used for that purpose. Because I'm sweating just drinking that. I'm still not over it yet. But that is the spiritus, the spirit of the forest. What do you think of this? What do you think of this spirit? That is my review. It's because I certainly like it. It's because I just want to review it. Because it's fairly priced at 30 quid like that. It's the strongest spirit on the market, and it's excellent for making your own vodkas. I do recommend that, how it should be done. Make your own vodkas, make your own cocktails with it, and it does the job. Because it's an excellent base spirit to use, and that is a spiritus. And that is my review of the spiritus. I'd certainly give it an 8 out of 10. Because it has that danger factor with it. And do drink responsibly. Do not drink neat. I can't describe the feeling as it's going down. Just like the burden just going right through me like that. Because even with the overproof rum, it's never had that kind of sensation. But when you're drinking near enough 100% pure alcohol or ethanol, that's what you expect. So, but I've done it now. I can add it to my collection like I've always wanted to. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It's a nice spirit to have in your bar, and it's a nice little talking point, and it's probably a nice spirit, as it has no taste. Like I said, it's pure alcohol near enough. But that is my spiritus review. What do you guys think? And Poland, I do apologise for the pronunciation like that. Because I went for Zanaz, which means towards the celebration Zanaz. As I couldn't say the other one, I thought, no, I'll go with the easy option. Well, yeah, I'm certainly more interested in learning more about Polish vodkas, because they can certainly match the Russians with the vodkas, and also an honourable mention Sweden's, they have some nice vodkas as well. But I'd like to visit Poland one day, because I actually try vodkas in person. But that is spiritus, because have a Merry Christmas and stay safe and drink responsibly, unlike me today. And I will see you guys for my next Christmas cocktails. I'm starting the Christmas cocktail series now till Christmas Day. So nice.
Thank you very much there to Mixed for providing today's halftime entertainment. Do go and check him out. Links and details, they are in the description. So just having a look at some of the... I'm just having a read through the chat there at halftime. Yeah, quite a lot just to do a short perspective on things. a lot of the consensus is Phil Foden needs to go into midfield, which ultimately probably means Bernardo Silva comes on for someone in central midfield. So if it was up to me, one of Nunes or Akanji would come off. And I'd also like to see De Bruyne on the pitch. So again, Nunes and Akanji, they're the two players I'd be taking off. And I'd be chucking on Bernardo Silva and to allow Phil Foden into the midfield and Kevin De Bruyne. I think Oscar Bobb's a good option as well. Really good option for Manchester City potentially on that left-hand side, but I do genuinely feel that Jeremy Doku has looked Man City's most liveliest player. He's just not had that end product that City are looking for. As players are back out onto the pitch, City are going to be attacking the south stand, which normally doesn't happen very often, but when City do attack the south stand second half, it normally means goals. So hopefully today is no different, as we do have kickoff here for this second half. So it doesn't look like any changes have been made by either side, as Everton have picked the ball up and Calvert-Lewin has a shot here and it goes wide. Less than 20 seconds into the second half there. And Everton, as I said, just growing in confidence in this game. Manchester City need to wake up, need to get a little bit more oomph about them. At the moment, they've just been too pedestrian for my liking. Watchalong, De Bruyne not coming on at the moment, but he did take his coat off, so I don't think it'll be too long before we do see KDB. And surely the longer this stays 0-0, the more the likes of Bernardo, Grealish, Oscar Bobb, Kevin De Bruyne come onto this pitch. So I don't think it'll be too long before we see that. As Akanji's now going into... He's still in defensive midfield. I'm not a fan. I don't mind Akanji playing there when we've got no other option. It's like a last reserve, a last alternative that we've got going into that hole in midfield. I'd like to see John Stones there. He's one of the best, in my opinion, at turning defence into attack. Him and Rodri alongside each other is scintillating. It's brilliant stuff. Here's Akanji again, centre back. You're asking him to dribble. I don't like it. I don't like it. I get that Pep wants versatility from his players. I get that he wants different things from his players. I just think there's better players that we've got available to us who can do that job better, and this game isn't going to plan. If this is 2-0, I don't mind Akanji popping up in the penalty area and getting dispossessed. I do mind when it's 0-0 and it's a must-win game. There is quicker movement here from City. Doku goes low across the box. Tarkowski just chucks himself to the ground there. Julian Alvarez shakes his head. Does Alvarez even touch him? Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne are out, coats off, warming up for Manchester City. It won't be long before you see them. That Bernardo sub will allow Manchester City to move Phil Foden into the midfield if he doesn't come off. So it makes sense for me. Phil Foden's been so good for City, in central midfield. I don't get why he's not in central midfield today, and you've moved him out wide. We had him left wing against Brentford, but Josko Gvardiol hogged that left wing that Phil Foden could cut into the centre. At the moment, he is the player that's furthest out on the right-hand side. Walker's not starting, so no overlaps are coming in as another shot comes in from City. Alvarez with the shots off target. So still, here we are. We're what? Nearly 50 minutes into the game. No shots on target for City. Viper, I'd love to see City just pick up a win. A win is a win. We're at the point in the season where, beggars can't be choosers. 3 points is 3 points. It doesn't matter if you win 6-0 and it's a blistering, marvellous performance, a performance of the ages. Whether we're talking about it for years, it doesn't matter if it's one like that or if it's one scrappy 1-0, 94th minute winner, a 4-3, anything as long as you get them 3 points. That's all that matters. And at the moment, we're 50 minutes in. No shots on target's what's causing me concern. It's not like City are knocking on the door, and I think... Because I said to you guys against Brentford, when they went ahead, I said, stay calm, we're going to score goals. We're getting shots on target, we're attacking. We will score goals when we're playing like this. I don't have that same feeling right now. We don't look like we're going to score a goal right now with this team that we've got out there, and the positions that we've got the players in, and the roles that we're asking these players to do. Again, I'm going back to what I was mentioning in my video, in my review video, and people were saying that I was waffling rubbish, that I didn't know what I was talking about, when I said that this Alvarez in midfield, like Akanji in midfield, I don't like it. I don't think you're getting the best out of the players. Alvarez is a striker. He scores goals. So make sure Alvarez is in the penalty area when we're attacking, not 30, 40 yards out. Partner Erling Haaland rather than having play behind him. Phil Foden, much better through midfield, not out wide yet. Here we are, we've got him out wide. John Stones is brilliant in defensive midfield, and here we are, playing him at right back whilst Akanji goes in defensive midfield. Normally we tinker, but we've not really been tinkering in this game. It's just been, this is your job and you're going to do it. As Doku goes with a low ball across towards Haaland, and again, the Everton defence, it's more than a match. These balls into the box aren't very good. I want to watch this again because I think... Let's have a look. I'd like to have seen Doku. He gets it onto his right foot, so he has space to square it across. I'd like to have seen Doku back himself and just try and bend one towards the back post and have a shot. I think City are just too busy looking for that opportunity, that one chance. Whereas right now, we need to be having shots testing Jordan Pickford. Because if Jeremy Doku has a couple of shots in similar positions... I mean, I know Ben Godfrey's currently down receiving treatment right now, but if he gets back on his feet and carries on playing... If Doku's getting a couple of shots on target and he's looking dangerous like he might score, it keeps Godfrey guessing what Doku's going to do. Then he might find a little bit of space that he can play the pass rather than having a shot. Or it might open up space that he's expecting the pass that he could go for the shot. Pep's giving some instructions to Phil Foden. I get that we're resting players for Copenhagen, but I just feel like the players that we're resting, now's the time to put them on. Seamus, you spot on. Pep and City are looking for the perfect goal. They're doing what Arsene Wenger was famed for at Arsenal in the early 2000s. Trying to walk the ball into the back of the net. Always looking for the pass. Directness is the way to go here. And one player that's really good at that's Phil Foden. Getting a bit of space. I'm going to have a shot now. Yet he's not been utilised in this game because he's playing out on the right wing. He's got no overlaps coming in from Walker. He's got no real support on the right. He's got no one else that can take that position away from him other than Nunes. Nunes isn't a right winger. This... man. I don't know, guys. I don't even know what the solution is. Obviously, the substitute bench is the solution that City can go towards. Mark, yeah, you feel like it's Kevin De Bruyne time, really, don't you? You do. Viper, Foden needs to get into the centre. He needs to impact this a little bit more. We got the first yellow card of the game. A free kick here for Manchester City. A cynical foul, that. Would that be this? Would that be... So it's Idrissa Gueye goes into the book. Would that not be a sin bin? Should that be a blue card? How far out's this? I think Ben Godfrey looks in a heap of pain. He's going to have to come off. It's twice he's gone down unchallenged. So that could be an opening for Doku. I don't want players to get injured. I don't like seeing that. But we're at a point in the game where we need to take any advantage that we can. And Godfrey, if he needs to go off, it'll just be a little opening that City are looking for, because it'll take a substitute a little bit to get up to pace. You do feel like there probably is going to be a big opportunity for City. The question is City going to put it away? We need to be clinical. Messi Marv, I'm not too sure what the answer is to your question. I'm not sure, my friend. Right, City are going to the bench. Jack Grealish has been told to go and warm up. I think Kyle Walker is going to come on, so he's been warming up. De Bruyne is going to come on as well. Dave, when did City last fail to score at home? That's an excellent question. When was the last time we were nilled? So, substitution is made. Ben Godfrey can't continue. And he will come off. And we're going to see Seamus Coleman takes the captain's armband as well, come on for Everton. He'll go on that right-hand side. So free kick here for City. Alvarez is just going to dink this towards Ake, and he can't get it back across goal, and that's out for a goal kick. It weren't the worst ball from Alvarez. It was just beyond Ruben Dias. And Nathan Ake just couldn't quite get on the end of it, which means Everton have the goal kick. So McNeil and Garner got in each other's way there, and City nearly got the ball back. Didn't work in the end. Erling Haaland just shoves Branthwaite in the back. City fans not happy about it. It was a free kick. Trust me, it was. As we're now 28 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. And do subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. So Akanji just back from injury. He's going to go off. Kyle Walker is going to come on. That will see John Stones go into midfield. I'm happy with that. And Kevin De Bruyne is going to be the other player that comes on, and it's going to be Matheus Nunes that comes off. And again, I am happy with that. Wondering how long it'd be before we saw De Bruyne. I'm wondering now, if this doesn't go to plan for City next 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so, we'll see Bernardo and Jack Grealish come on as well. They'll be the ones I'd be looking towards. Maybe Oscar Bobb. Attacking substitutions. Everton then, ball over the top, dealt with in the end by Manchester City. Here is Kyle Walker, takes the captain's armband off Ruben Dias. He is Man City's captain for the season. Andrew says, Nunes a game to forget. Did Nunes do anything? Misplaced a couple of passes. No creativity. Didn't really offer Manchester City anything. And you know, Nunes, he's competing for playing time. And if I'm watching that, Nunes isn't going to be starting against Copenhagen. He's not going to be starting against Chelsea. He's relying on rotation to be getting minutes. I want to see more from Matheus Nunes. I think he's had a better couple of months for City than he had at the start of his career. But that was August, September Matheus Nunes, not December, January Matheus Nunes. I want to see more from him. Here's De Bruyne for Manchester City then to Nathan Ake. And De Bruyne he's one of them players that just makes opposition players sweat. You just can't give De Bruyne an inch. You can't give him anything. That's a brilliant throw out from Jordan Pickford to Jack Harrison, picked up by Dwight McNeil here on the left-hand side. And here's Everton now coming forward. And a chance here for Coleman to put a ball into the box. Ruben Dias gets a foot onto it, makes the interception. Jeremy Doku takes a lovely touch. Does really well in retaining possession there. Crowd show their appreciation. Really good football, that from Jeremy Doku. Can we turn it into creating an opportunity? Can we finally have a shot on target? Can we get that illustrious opening goal? 60 minutes in here at the Etihad Stadium nearly. It's Manchester City 0, Everton 0. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up now. 26 likes away from 100 likes. Can we make it another 100 liked live stream? That would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to subscribe. Now less than 300 subscribers away from my aim of 34,000 subscribers. Here is Jeremy Doku then for Manchester City. Inside the Everton half, gives the ball to Nathan Ake. Phil Foden into midfield, plays a lovely ball into Alvarez to the byline. Nearly managed to turn Branthwaite. He does well, Branthwaite, in the end, not only to not concede the corner, but actually to get hold of the ball, clear the ball, and get it away from danger as well. Good defending that from Jared Branthwaite. Here is Ruben Dias then for Manchester City. They take the throw in very quickly. Gives the ball to Nathan Ake. Everton stopped putting their press onto Manchester City. That's very interesting. I feel like Everton here, they've got to the hour mark, think, do you know what? There's a chance here we get that 0-0. We're not going to risk it by committing men forward. We are going to sit deeper and deeper and inviting the pressure. But Man City, still yet to have that shot on target. Still yet to create a clear-cut opportunity. Big gun Kevin De Bruyne has just been chucked onto the pitch. What can City do? Here is Ruben Dias then coming forward. Fires a pass into Jeremy Doku. He can't sort his feet out. Everton fans like that, and it goes out of play for a throw-in. Doku apologises to his teammates there. He just slipped over, I think. I'm not too sure if it was over the playing surface. Maybe there's a bit of dew on the pitch, or whether he just slipped over the ball or just couldn't sort his feet out. I'm not sure. Pass comes in then from Everton, cut off by Ruben Dias, and Ederson will pick the ball up for Manchester City. Still, only one shot on target in the whole game goes to Everton, who have had 4 shots, 1 on target. City with 11 shots now, 2 shots in the second half, none on target. Kyle Walker plays a pass into Phil Foden. He slips, so the surface must be wet. City going with a quicker passing, is what I have noticed in this second half. That's lovely from De Bruyne. Alvarez can't sort his feet out. Idrissa Gueye loses out on the ball to Rodri. Here is Kevin De Bruyne. Gives the ball to Erling Haaland. He's dropping deeper. He's doing an Alvarez. Dropping into space. Here's Jeremy Doku. Gives the ball to Haaland. Can't sort his feet out. Squared across. Oh, and Kyle Walker was ready for the tap-in. He jumps in frustration. Dwight McNeil reads it well. He's the only player that read that. Puts it out of play for a corner. Smart play that from City. It's the first time that we've had an opportunity for Haaland to be involved. Might not be a shot, but he's looking to try and create and do something. Better from Manchester City. Well read from Dwight McNeil. It is a corner, though. Alvarez off corner duty. De Bruyne on it. Flicked on from an Everton head. Only as far as Doku. Doesn't go first time. Gets it onto his right foot. It's a good ball in. Well defended from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He gets the head onto it. Intensity has increased here at the Etihad Stadium. Everton find the loose second ball and a push comes in. Kyle, keep your hands to yourself, man. Why does he put his hands on his back? Gives him a reason to go down. It gives the referee a reason to give a free kick. And it just takes that momentum away from Manchester City. That is frustrating. So frustrating. He's such an experienced player, Kyle Walker. He knows better. He's got to be smart. He's got to think. Everton can push everyone further forward. Jordan Pickford fancies that he's going to pump this forward as well. A direct ball for City's defence to deal with. Right at the heart of the back, you've got Erling Haaland. So a long ball coming forward here. Nathan Ake, just over the top of him. Alvarez lets it go out for a throw-in. And first half, you saw Everton putting pressure onto City on these throw-ins. And for the first time here in the second half, they're doing the same. It did look like they just started to take their foot off the gas, happy with what they've got. Everton nearly rewarded for committing men forward there. Ball just goes out of play for a throw into City. City take it quick, and that will dissect the press of Everton, and Man City can come away with possession of the ball through Ederson. Gives the ball then to John Stones, to Kyle Walker. Vanessa reckons a goal is coming. I do hope you are right. I really do. Now 25 likes away. We're 3/4 of the way to our like goal of 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Here is John Stones now. Gives the ball to Kyle Walker. Movement from Phil Foden. Walker nearly got dispossessed. City in the end come away with the ball through John Stones and a combination of him and Ruben Dias. Ederson then back to John Stones. 26 minutes remaining of this game. Stones goes with a crossfield pass to Doku. He's nailed that pass. And Doku, in a good position, he just couldn't sort his feet out, and he makes the interception, and that's going to be a corner to Manchester City. It's good stuff. English Dawn says it's got 0-0 written all over it. I hope not. I do hope you are not right there. City increasing their intensity. They recognise the importance. Corner then. De Bruyne to take. Haaland in the box. Stones in the box. Rodri, Ruben, Nathan Ake all in there. De Bruyne chips one towards Phil Foden. Everton, smart, they read it, and they find their head onto it. Manchester City have to force the ball backwards here. Here is Rodri to Julian Alvarez, currently playing as centre-back. Small, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated, cheering on Manchester City. Here is Jeremy Doku on the left-hand side. He's seen so much of the football. To De Bruyne, pings the ball in towards Foden in the channel. Everton clear, only as far as Doku. He's got De Bruyne for support. De Bruyne finds a pass in towards Doku, and it's well read by Tarkowski. And Everton get a foot onto that and get it clear. Good defending once more from Everton. Here's De Bruyne now to Rodri. Has to protect the ball. Protects the ball well under pressure from Jack Harrison. Nathan Ake now. He's got Jeremy Doku in space. Uses Jeremy Doku in space. He's under pressure from Idrissa Gueye on a yellow card, so he has to be careful. Pushed Doku over there. Here is Kyle Walker, and it's a deep ball to nobody in particular, and that'll be a goal kick. Not a good ball in the box from Walker, and again, just takes the sting away for Manchester City. This is not going to plan. How long do you give it before Oscar Bobb, Bernardo Silva, Jack Grealish come on? Surely can't be long, and Everton nearly intercepted there. Nearly intercepted, and another Everton player on the ground, and Man City are going to get themselves a free kick. Dominic Calvert-Lewin just goes through the back of recently single Ruben Dias, and Man City will have themselves a free kick there. More stoppage here. City fans not happy, feel like Tarkowski's just wasting time. He says he don't want the physio to come on. He's okay, just needs a breather. He nearly gave the ball away. It was a heavier touch than what he thought. I think he's just on his way down. He might have just tweaked something. I don't think he's wasting time. I don't think Tarkowski's the kind of player to do that kind of thing. He's not the kind of player to put himself on the ground if he's not hurt. He just felt something, thought he'd go down, give himself a minute, and he's back up and playing. I don't think it was intentional from Tarkowski just to put himself on the ground and waste time. Of course, all the minutes get added on anyway. Cash Lord, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Here's Jeremy Doku, as we're now 20 likes away from 100 likes, making good progress, just 20 to go. John Stones makes a sliding pass into Kyle Walker. Here's Rodri, Rodri Rocket! No, he goes for the shot and skies it high and wide, and another shot for City. We're 67 minutes in, and we haven't had a shot on target yet. Are Everton going to do their City rivals a favour? Vanessa, do I have the 23-24? I have the 23-24 home kit, but I prefer last season's ones. Just personal preference. So I did a review, and then I think I wore it once after that, and not really worn it since. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest of football shirts fans. I don't think they're a comfortable fit. More treatment here. Is it Tarkowski again? Another injury. English Dawn, you mark my words, Arsenal and Liverpool are loving it. Liverpool will have so much confidence going into that match against Burnley. 6-0 Liverpool if this stays 0-0. Mark my words. They'll take the goal difference. They'll take the 3 points. And Man City, from a massive winning streak that we've been on in all competitions, one bad result, one time you don't win, everybody else are going to be all over it. Like piranhas. And Arsenal got a difficult match against West Ham away tomorrow. It's not an easy game, but the game becomes a little bit easier when there's a little bit less pressure. We're level on points with Arsenal. Arsenal know that any win tomorrow, if this stays the same, they go over Manchester City and back into second place. But that could all change here. Here is De Bruyne coming forward and a good sliding challenge comes in from Everton. English Dawn. I've got last superstition. That's why I'm wearing this. Man City currently on this winning streak from me wearing this shirt, which is why it's worn in every stream. I like the blue shirt. I love it. When the winning streak ends, the blue shirt comes out. As Walker goes in and he gets a corner. It could have gone anywhere and more defending for Everton to do. Has that hit him in the gangulies there? Is that why he's gone down feeling a heap of pain? Garner won't like that. I'm not too sure. Anyway, 17 likes to go. Any help towards 100 likes would be much appreciated. Corner for City. Alvarez taking it rather than De Bruyne. And it's not the worst ball in towards the near post. I think that's gone out for another corner for City, and it is another corner. Pickford can't believe it. Everton can't believe it. Sip, thanks very much for tuning in, and thank you very much for subscribing. Much appreciated, my friend. One step closer to 34,000 subs now. Alvarez with another corner. Comes in. Header comes down. Does it fall to a City man? It falls to Haaland! Oh, Erling Haaland, you beauty! First shot on target! Erling Haaland! Come on! What a brilliant goal! I'm shouting out of relief! And that's what champions do! Manchester City lead, and it's Erling brought Haaland with the goal! The Viking roars! The Etihad comes alive, and Manchester City... How important could that goal be come at the end of the season? It's Erling Haaland, right foot, weaker right foot, putting the ball into the back of the net. It's things you love to see. It just ping-pongs around, and Haaland on the half volley just whacks it with all the venom that he's got. Pickford gets a hand onto it. It's into the roof of the net because he can't do anything about it. Erling Haaland. What a finish. Pickford, do you know, Pickford's unlucky. He gets a good arm onto it. You make your own luck. And Manchester City, not being at their best, find the all-important opening goal. And as I said, we shout, we celebrate. I think most of it's probably through relief more than anything else. Everton hold firm until the 71st minute. And maybe that just changes the team talk for Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool in the 3 p.m. game today. In less than an hour. In that match against Burnley, can Vincent Kompany do City a favour? There's just no margin for error for anybody at this important stage of the season. Here's Everton. The game's not won, remember. 18 minutes to go. Everton have defended well. They've limited Man City to very little. Can they now push forward? Have their own attempt at getting a bit of creativity? And maybe find the back of the net. And there's space for Mykolenko here. He's got Kyle Walker putting the Jets on. Putting him under pressure. Mykolenko can't get past Kyle Walker. Good defending. Here's Foden. He goes down. And thankfully he was fouled in the penalty area because he grabbed the ball. If that weren't a foul, it would have been a penalty. Nadir says this reminds me of when we beat Everton at Goodison Park in 2022. When Foden scored with the Rodri handball. Was it offside? Was it not? Drama. And that was a worked game. This is a hard-worked game as well. It's only Haaland's second attempt in the game. His first on target. And boy, did we need that. Ball over the top comes in from City. Dealt with by Branthwaite. And a sliding challenge comes in there from Seamus Coleman. And that'll be a throw-in for Manchester City. As City now 17 minutes to go. Can we now double our lead? Can we get that all-important killer 2-goal cushion and put this game to bed? And it's important that City don't just go static and stop. They need to keep pushing. They need to keep going. This game will open up Everton need to find a goal. 1-0 to Manchester City is no good for Everton, where they find themselves in the league table. No good at all. Here is John Stones. Gives the ball to Kyle Walker. Goes for a crossfield pass to Doku. Well read by Seamus Coleman. Gets a foot onto it. Only as far as Nathan Ake, but it just stops the ball going into the path of Doku as De Bruyne goes with a good ball in towards Kyle Walker. Jordan Pickford wanted the offside flag. It doesn't come. Keeps glancing over at the linesman. Andrew says 71 minutes to have a shot on goal. Zero entertainment factor. And if City go on to win this, everyone will forget that this hasn't been a very good performance from City. I'm always very fair in my match reviews. I won't forget. Bar that game against Aston Villa at Villa Park, I think this has been one of City's worst performances so far this season. That first half was so static. It's like we were playing backwards. Here's De Bruyne. It's taken De Bruyne to come on to add a bit of urgency, and Haaland goes for a shot, and here's De Bruyne. He can't sort his feet out, and in the end, Branthwaite's just going to lump that one forward. Anywhere but near our goal is what he says, and John Stones tried to play a pass back to Ederson. He missed his kick. Here's Ruben Dias. Orange juice is done. 15 minutes remaining. Manchester City lead here by a 1-0. Villa, thanks for tuning in, says, do I have a Telegram or Discord? I do not. Most of the stuff you'll find me on predominantly is YouTube. I tweet the odd things here and there. A little bit of Instagram, but I'll be honest, it's not my favourite app. A little bit of TikTok when I'm feeling creative. Anyway, Alvarez comes off for Manchester City. And Bernie comes on. High stakes game of poker this. A couple of subs made by Everton. Ashley Young, Dominic Calvert-Lewin coming off. We're going to see Onana make his return, and Beto is also going to come off as well. As we're now 14 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Watchalong reckons Bernardo's going to score or assist. I hope so. We could do the reassurance of a second goal. And the 3 points aren't wrapped up, but dare I suggest for Manchester City that Liverpool's got a better goal difference than us. So, whilst we should be looking towards scoring more goals to wrap the 3 points up here, we should also be thinking about scoring goals and goal difference. I think that it's an extra point when you think about it. Everton, they're coming forward here. McNeil. Good block from City. Only as far as Idrissa Gueye on the right. Here's Coleman. Andrew, speaking a lot of sense today, Andrew. Says goal difference could decide this year's title. Need to change the attitude. Yeah. The Crystal Palace game's a great example of that back in December. Too busy thinking about we're 2-0, we're just going to take our time now. And Man City giving a free kick, they wanted the advantage. De Bruyne just pinged a ball across. As Mixon says, 2-1. I didn't know there was another early kick-off in the Championship, otherwise I'd have gone round the scores at half-time. 2-1 Ipswich. Is that finished? Vanessa, are we still in the FA Cup? We are. We've got Luton Town on the 27th of February in the 5th round. 12 minutes to go in that one. Is the Ipswich bubble bursting? Are them automatics over? Leicester, Leeds, Southampton competing for the 2 automatic spots there. Speaking about the uncompetitiveness of the Premier League, how uncompetitive is the Championship then? 3 that go down are the 3 competing at the top. Here's Jeremy Doku. He scrambles, can't sort his feet out, goal kick. English Dawn says, wonderful, wonderful Copenhagen coming up if Carlsberg did games, and they'd probably be like this. Love that reference to Carlsberg, of course, a Danish alcoholic beverage brewed in Denmark, which is where we'll be heading in our next game on Tuesday night away at FC Copenhagen. Team we did face in the group stage of the Champions League last season. A team that we didn't beat in Denmark. We drew. Won't be an easy game. John says, unfortunately, Carlsberg do beers. Looney Tunes, thank you very much for subscribing. Much appreciated. Shout out to you, legend. And ball comes in. Offside flag should go up. It doesn't go up. Eventually it goes wide, and now the offside flag goes up. Mild offside. Seamus says, yes, you're right. Goal difference might be winning or losing of the Premier League, but hard to score more when teams park the bus. I agree. Everton have opened up, though. And it's the same for both teams. It's the same for Liverpool. Teams know how attacking Liverpool are. You look at the likes of Mo Salah, Darwin Nunez, Diogo Jota, Luis Diaz. That's just their attacking line. And teams will look at that and go, we're not going to get anything off Liverpool. We're going to park the bus. So teams park the bus against Liverpool too. But we've broken the bus. There is space. Yeah, I've not seen City create anything. And if Everton go on at some point in the next 9 minutes to find an equaliser, I will be criticising Manchester City for not doing more to kill this game off. Because at the moment, they're walking the ball. Ederson's got the ball and just playing a sideways pass to Kyle Walker, who's going to go sideways here to Rodri before City just lump the ball up and more than likely, there you go, lose out on the ball. So obviously 3 points is the most important thing, but City can be doing more. This hasn't been a good Manchester City performance. It doesn't need to be good. We just need to win a game. But now that we're in a position where we are winning the game, there's more to play for than just 3 points. That's the point I'm trying to make. Here's Haaland coming forward. And that goes out for a throw-in against Haaland, against Manchester City, and a throw-in to Everton. Haaland can't believe it. Shakes his finger. No. It didn't even look like it came off Haaland, if I'm honest. As we're now 12 likes. Let's get them likes up, guys. Let's get into the nervous 90s. 12 likes to go to 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe as well. That would be great. I felt like that's a Kellogg's advert back from like 15 years ago. They're going to taste great. Anyway, I thought I'd have been a free kick against Everton there, and for De Bruyne, it's not given. Everton, they want to get it clear, but they're passing because they're chasing the game. There's the lump forward. Ederson should mop that up for City, and does. And that'll go out for a throw-in to Everton. Kellogg's a City sponsor. I didn't know that. There we go. A reference without knowing that there was a reference. Is this the way that City were set up in the first half? Yes, sideways passing. Not creating and sideways passing. Still, I think we've only had one shot on target at the mo. As we are into the nervous 90s now. 10 likes to go. Any help towards that would be great. Can we get to 100 likes? There's 6 minutes of the game plus whatever's to be added on. There's time, so any help towards that would be brill. Here's Everton coming forward then. Good pressing from City, forcing the ball back. Branthwaite with the ball. Played into space. One pass forward just dissects Manchester City's midfield. As Bernardo Silva's gone into central midfield for City. So carrying on with Phil Foden more towards that right-hand side. And Everton can't sort their feet out. And Doku and Ake find the interception. English Dawn says, oh, 1 second. Here's Haaland. Here's Haaland. Here's Haaland. 1-on-1. Erling Haaland. Take a bow. Erling Haaland brushes Branthwaite out of the way. Cool as you like finish. 2 shots, 2 on target, 2 goals. Erling Haaland's back. And there's that 2-goal cushion that we wanted. Now, goal difference. Please, Manchester City, goal difference. We do want to keep a clean sheet. We do want a positive result. Everton's heads are gone. Go. 5 minutes. Grab another. See if you can get another goal. There's time. 9 likes to go. And there's that space that I was talking about. 1 pass forward. It's De Bruyne. Who else but De Bruyne to grab an assist? And there's Erling Haaland. Just brushes Branthwaite out the way and just pokes the ball into the back of the net. So good finish from Erling Haaland. It's Erling Haaland of last season. I said he might be a bit rusty. But that's what Erling Haaland does. That is what you have when you sign a player that's 6'4", that's quick, that's powerful. It's a composed finish from Erling Haaland, and now is a good time for us to get Haaland back to his best. Pep Guardiola, again, like I was before, out of frustration, clutching his fists. Branthwaite wants a free kick. Never. Never, ever. There aren't many players on the pitch that physicality can match Haaland. Branthwaite is one of them. He just brushed him aside. Jackie G comes on for the last 4 minutes. Turns out there was nothing in them rumours of him storming out of training. Hey, wouldn't it be good for Jack Grealish to get a goal here? World class, Mixid says. 8 likes to go. We're nearly there to 100 likes. Any help towards that would be absolutely sensational, guys. Here's Jackie G. Think about another goal, City. Think about another goal. Oh, that's a good sliding challenge from Everton. City do well to keep hold of the ball. And Walker just turns backwards there and City keep hold of possession. Pep Guardiola likes that. He wants the ball retention. He doesn't want anything stupid from City, of course. Doesn't want to concede. We don't need to overcommit. Everton might want to overcommit to try and grab a goal to get back in it. I wonder if Everton might just say, do you know what? We're not getting anything from this game. We're just going to leave this here. Vanessa went with 3-0. I went with 3-0 as well, as you can see from my pinned message at the top. We'll see. Gary says, poor defending from the young lad. He wanted the 3 kick. It was poor defending. As I said, there's not many players out there who, in terms of their physicality, can match Erling Haaland, but Jared Branthwaite is one of them. And he allowed Haaland to get past him all too easily for me. All too easily. As Premier League most assists of all time, De Bruyne now just 5 away from Cesc Fabregas of becoming the second most assists in Premier League history. Another substitution made by Everton. Going to see Dwight McNeil come off. The City fan there's a dive. Idrissa Gueye also comes off. A couple of subs made then by Everton. Dobbin and Chimiti come on. 2 minutes less than remaining of the game. 6 likes to go, guys. 6 to 100. Any help towards that would be great. 6 to go. Let's make it another 100 liked live stream. Manchester City on the verge of 3 points. Going top of the Premier League. Doesn't that feel good? Even though it might only be for 2.5 hours. But top of the Premier League, top of the Premier League. 5 likes to go. Thank you, Vojtek and John. Much appreciated. Vanessa says, let's get Haaland a hat-trick. He is on a hat-trick, of course. It'd be nice for Haaland to get back in the hat-trick. He loves a goal at the Etihad, doesn't he? He really does. You give Haaland space, he will score goals. It's what he does. Gabby says, substitution was necessary for our win. Always it was, and it's good that the players have got a bit of rest. Pep will look at this, City will look at this, and they'll say, thumbs up, job's a good one. Could have been a different story. Had Haaland not scored on 71 minutes, we could be talking about things very differently right now. As it is, we don't have to. Do I think he'll get more assists than Giggs? He has to stay at Manchester City for his whole career for that to happen. He stays at Manchester City for another 4 or 5 seasons past this season. Probably takes him towards, if not the end of his career. I reckon he may pass Ryan Giggs. What a player Kevin De Bruyne is. Heading into added time very soon. 5 likes to go, guys. Can we get there? 5 to go. Here is Jordan Pickford. Launches this long for Everton. There's 3 forward for Everton, 4 forward. Jack Grealish takes a touch for City. He's tackled and offside surely against Everton there. He's put in the back of the net. It's a good finish and the offside flag does go up, so VAR can have a look at this now. He's offside. I'll tell you right now, he's offside. He always stayed in an offside position. And he's about 2 yards offside. Doesn't need looking at from VAR that. You can just look at it and just go, he's offside. He's miles offside. As we're into the first of 10 minutes. 10 minutes of added on time here at the Etihad. There's plenty of time still for City to grab another goal. There's plenty of time for Everton to make this a grandstand finish. We want to preserve our clean sheet. It'd be great to get back in amongst the clean sheets. It'd be great for us to get out another goal. A hat-trick for Haaland would be brilliant. 10 minutes then. First of them 10 minutes done. 9 minutes to go. Daniel, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Here is Kyle Walker. Bursting forward for Manchester City. Gives the ball to Rodri. We're getting towards my JSGC man of the match. It's going to have to go to Erling Haaland. He hasn't done much first half. Second half, when cometh the hour, cometh Erling Haaland. It's what Manchester City needed in that time. So Haaland has to be my man of the match. It can't be anybody else. But how much better have Man City looked since De Bruyne has come on and started pinging balls left, right and centre? I think Man City dropped points today if this was the first half of the season and we didn't have Kevin De Bruyne back. There's my outrageous call of the game. That's how much of an impact De Bruyne has had. How much Manchester City look so much better with him there. So much better. English Dawn says Pep will be at his restaurant, his Catalonian tapas restaurant. I forget what it's called. Is it TASP or something? Tast, I think it's called. So taste without the E. Here's Jack Grealish anyway on the left-hand side. 8 minutes remaining. Plays a ball into Burnley. There you go, Seamus. What De Bruyne does well is he passed the ball forward. It's amazing what passing the ball forward does, as we're now 96 likes in, 4 to go. Can we get there? 7 minutes remaining, 4 likes to go. Can we make it a 100 like live stream? I really do hope so. Here is Nathan Ake for Manchester City to Jack Grealish. Work to Kyle Walker. As we're now 3 likes to go. 3 to go, guys. Here is Rodri for Manchester City. He's all over him, referee. Yes, taste without the E. 2 likes to go. 2 more to go. Can we make it 100 likes? We're so close. So close. We're getting towards 100 likes. Here is De Bruyne for Manchester City. Number 17. JSGC on the back of my shirt reads number 17. My birthday, 17th of July, 17th, my number, KDB's number. It's the ginger colour, it's the ginger number, isn't it? Here we go, guys. 1 like to go. Who wants to be the 100th like of the live stream? Who wants the pleasure today? Manchester City should have a free kick and do have a free kick there, which is good to see. Daniel says, what do I think of the sin bin in football and referee showing blue cards? Firstly, colour coordination's doing my nuts in. It should be orange, not blue. Go yellow, orange, red. We're building it up like a traffic light kind of thing. And also mixing the colours up so it'd make more sense as far as I'm concerned. I'm not against the sin bin. I'm not against it. Here's City. Could be in again. De Bruyne to Grealish. Go on, Jack. Go on, Jack. Oh, through the legs. Foden. I wanted to continue his good form. Straight at the keeper. Shot on target. 3 shots on target, guys. Manchester City fan says 24th of August is his birthday. Shares the same birthday as JSGC's mother. Very special day, that. Very special day. Burlington Bertie says if Everton score, it's going to unlike. You can't do that. We're on 99 likes. We're still 1 away from 100, guys. Surely somebody's watching this right now who hasn't liked the stream, who wants to be the 100th like. Get that like in. Mixin says Ipswich 2-2. I presume that's finished now, surely. Still got 5 minutes remaining here. Seamus says blue card should be used for diving. I said diving would be good, in my opinion, for a sin bin. 10 minutes to think about it. To me, though, I could argue it should be a red card offence, diving. I've no time for people diving around trying to cheat and trying to fool everybody. It's simulation. As we do hit 100 likes. Thank you, everybody, for that. Centurions, once more, another 100-like live stream. A big shout-out to you legends out there. Thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. Can we hit 110 in the post-production? That is the question. Any help towards that would be great. Here's the ball forward, then, for Everton, dealt with by Manchester City. To Bernardo Silva. Plays a ball into the channel. Here's Jack Grealish. He thought about going down. He's got a 4-on-3 if he gets it right and does get the foul. And will draw out another yellow card here. It's Garner this time into the book. Daniel says, what happens if your goalkeeper goes into the sin bin? Well, they need to put clarity on it, don't they? I don't know. I really have no idea what happens if the goalkeeper goes into the sin bin. Outfield player, you got to make a substitution, a temporary substitution. I'm not sure. As Andrew says, not a fan of it. It opens up too much interpretation. I feel like they're just making change for the sake of making change, when they're not making change with things that need to happen. They're just doing things because they want to change it. Scotland 0, France 0 in the latest in the rugby, of course. 6 Nations happening. England playing Wales later on at Twickenham. Here's Phil Foden for Manchester City now. Gives the ball to John Stones. Here's Matheus Nunes. Gives the ball to Kyle Walker. City just coasting this. Right, guys, I'm going to go and do my match review right after the game, so I'm not too busy, so I can enjoy a little bit of my Saturday. So if you are enjoying the content, please do leave a thumbs up. That would be great. As I said, 110 likes is the aim in the post-production, so any help towards that would be great. Also, don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the live chat whilst we're still live, and after the game, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Do subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Also, don't forget as well, social media links. You can find them in the description and also in on the yellow banner if you want to go and search for me and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos. Nearly had a voice break there. Nearly, but not quite. Daniel, am I looking forward to the Euros this summer? I am. I'm hoping to get myself to at least a game in the Euros. Been unsuccessful in the ballot, unfortunately, so looking towards the resale, and that'd be such a good video. More than likely be on the JSGC football channel, which is a partner channel of mine. Links and details there in the description. Go and like and subscribe over there. That would be great. So hopefully I can materialise that and I can make it happen. Fingers crossed. But I am looking forward to it, yeah. I am really looking forward to it. And do you know what? England have a good chance of winning it. they need to find a way. Harry Kane's on fire in the Bundesliga. He's getting used to the German culture and the German stadiums. Could only be a benefit for England. Phil Foden's firing on all cylinders. Jude Bellingham's having a brilliant season in Madrid. There's so many exciting players there. If England can find a way of getting these players involved as much as possible, they have every opportunity of going out there and doing well at the European Championships. They're not favourites. Tournaments in Germany, they'll fancy themselves. Fancy a bit of a rebound after a couple of tournaments that have been very poor for them. France, of course, world champions, are going to be favourites. Portugal, Spain, never to be ruled out. Netherlands as well. It's not going to be easy, but, we live in hope more than expectation. Daniel Southgate, I feel that's maybe where the problem lies for England. There's been some talk that this tournament's going to be his last. There's been other talks that he's going to renew his contract because I think his contract is up after the tournament. I think England just have to assess it and see how it is. I think anything less than a semi-final, I'm going to be very disappointed. Very disappointed. Scotland get a try. English Dawn alerts me. A converted try, 7-0 in that match there. There we go then, guys. Nearly full time. 20 seconds to go. It's going to be a 2-0 victory, a clean sheet for Manchester City. Let's quickly get them stats up, see what the stats are saying. City are going to go top of the Premier League, as De Bruyne could be in here. De Bruyne looks to lob the keeper and gets onto the roof of the net. He laughs about it. He tried to get the lob in. The City fans show their appreciation. We're into the 100th minute now. He was onside, so it would have counted. It's unfortunate, but there we go. It sat up nicely for De Bruyne. He could have played it across for Foden or Haaland. Haaland was disappointed. He wanted his hat-trick. As the full-time whistle does go, and Manchester City do pick up a very important 3 points. We are now top of the Premier League. Look, I don't know if it's picking it up. Manchester City, first place as it stands, top of the Premier League. City dominated the game, 72% possession to 28%, 72% possession for Manchester City, 28% possession for Everton, 18 shots for City, 3 on target, 2 goals. That ratio from shots to shots on target, not great from City. Definitely room for improvement. 5 shots for Everton, 1 on target. They made life awkward for City. They defended deep. They defended well. Maybe they're going to moan about that Man City for the first goal from the corner shouldn't have had a corner. I'm not sure. It looked like it came off both the heads, so I don't know which way it should have gone. Could have been a corner, could have been a goal kick. Don't really think you could argue either way. In terms of the second goal for Manchester City, Branthwaite's going to argue that it should have been a free kick on him. It shouldn't. It was just stronger than him. Needs to be better, as far as I'm concerned. Nearly 800 passes for City, 758 passes compared to 289 for Everton. 2 clear-cut chances created for City, both of them put into the back of the net. And it was hard work, and it took De Bruyne to come off the bench for Manchester City to actually start playing them forward passes and start showing some attacking, creative desires. And it's worked really well for Manchester City. So a good 3 points. We go top of the Premier League. It's over to Liverpool, play Burnley later on today in 27 minutes' time. And Arsenal tomorrow away against West Ham. Can we have a favour from our brothers at West Ham once more? That would be much appreciated. For Everton, got a huge game against Crystal Palace. They'll keep an eye on the other results throughout today and tomorrow and Monday night to see if things are going in their favour. They've got a huge game against Crystal Palace next Monday. That's a massive game. It's a must-win game for Everton at Goodison Park. That's season-defying for them since they've got that 10-point deduction. Their season's not going to be defied on losing at the Etihad Stadium by a couple of goals to 0. Their season's going to be defied against teams around them. So we will see. Anyway, thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in today. Much appreciated. Absolute legends. Thank you for helping me hit 100 likes once more. It's much appreciated. Means the world to me. Thank you to everybody that subscribed today and in the past as well, and helping me to get towards my goal of 34,000 subscribers. Thank you to everybody that's interacted with me today. All absolute legends. I'll be back again Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. GMT. Manchester City away in Denmark. We're back to Champions League action. I'll see you for that, and we'll be back again next weekend for our next Premier League game with another live watch-along with Manchester City at the Etihad once more, at home, where we'll be taking on Chelsea. I'll see you then. Thank you, everybody. Much appreciated. Dankeschön. I've been JSGC. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now. Have a great weekend, everybody.